That's in his arc. He's going to hit it right from the middle of the bat. He's one of the top run getters in the tournament. For most part of the tournament, he was leading the roost. So he was on top in terms of runs. Oh, ball. What a delivery. That was unplayable.
That is one of Rohit's greatest characteristics. Because generally a left armer is very good at naturally bringing the ball back into the right hand. But if you can do that with the new ball, vicious movement away. It's not just a slight movement. Lukman didn't know anything about that one.
And that too at some pace. Yes. He bowls at good pace, 135 to 140 clicks. Very good bowler. One of the bowlers to watch out for in this tournament. I think looking for that swing once again, bowling it on the pads. That's going to be the end of first over. 4 coming as a boundary and 1 run as a single on the last ball. Lukman is going to retain strike. 1 over gone, 5 without loss. That's the lineup for Thunderbolts. Very heavy. Hamdan Tahir amongst runs. Lukman Faisal amongst runs. Ansh Tandon is back in the squad. Rahul Chopra, brilliant. A brilliant middle order batter. Possibly one of the best in the tournament. So they've got a very heavy batting side.
There's a reason they call the Thunderbolts. More left arm pace in the form of Sabir Ali this time. And he starts off with a good delivery in line with the stump. So not much movement, but they're finding those right channels, the bowlers.
Yesterday you missed out on the game that Marvels played. In the first 3 overs, they picked up 3 wickets. And there were just 3 runs on board. And those 3 runs were from extras. So no run off the bat in the first 3 overs. That's how lethal they were yesterday.
Effectively none for 3 is what you're saying. 2 left armers in operation. Won't be easy for the right-hander. Short and pulled away. His protection down there. A bit of work for the square leg fielder to come across. He'll get a couple of runs. So Lukman, yes, he's an aggressive batter, but he'll have to be watchful just in these first few overs.
And we've seen in the last game also, any new batter who's come out, it's been difficult for him to go after the bowling right from the word go. So you need to apply yourself. You need to take some time on the wicket, get your eye in. And once you do all those things, all the hard work is done. That is when the ball starts coming onto the bat pretty easily.
That's a standard template, isn't it? Any format of the game you play, application is so important. Back off a length again. I won't be able to get any runs off it.
Sabir Rao has been a highly improved bowler in the recent times. He's been very good to see. He's played some franchise cricket. He was a part of the main stage, the DP World ILT20 in season 1, playing for the Knight Riders. And since then, he's looked like a different bowler, getting the experience, getting some exposure also.
This is aerial. It's gone just beyond the fielder. Sanchit, for a moment, may have been interested. Lukman looking to try and go over the fielder. But not much damage done. They'll get the single, which brings Hamdan Tahir on strike for the first time.
One more thing that I really liked yesterday about Pearls, they changed things around a little bit. And I think it has something to do with Mohammad Wasim coming in as a captain of the side. Their body language was different. They were looking confident. And of course, the opening pair that had been bowling for them in the first few games, he changed it around. Sabir Ali was bowling with the old ball. He brought him to bowl in the first few overs, and that has worked wonderfully well in their favour.
Down the leg side will be a wide plus a run. So just getting his line wrong there. Sabir, just to touch on that, Faizan, you mentioned how Sabir has improved his game with all the league cricket that he's played. Look at that, trying to be a little too straight there. And also you touched on Mohammad Wasim coming and changing things around. Look, there can be critics of the fact that there's so many leagues popping around. But look at what it has done for players like this, players of associate countries, how much they improve their game, the amount of cricket they get to play, rubbing shoulders with some of the big boys. I think the pros far outweigh the cons that people generally bring up with all these league cricket.
Beautiful. Absolute goal. Again, outside the off stump, moving slightly away. Yeah, spot on. I totally agree with what you're saying, Samir. Let's take a look at that again. Perfect ball. One person that comes to mind is Mohammad Irfan. Mohammad Irfan has been exemplary in this tournament. He's taken wickets, he's scored runs, and he's done that regularly. And that change I saw in him once he visited Zimbabwe. He wasn't a part of the 11 there, but he was rubbing shoulders with the greats of the game. And that is where you get those learnings and apply them.
Oh, this has been picked up and hammered. Forget about chasing that one. It's gone all the way and deep into those trees at the parking lot. Maximum number 1.
He looks so good when he's hitting like that, Luqman. It was slightly short. He got into position really quickly. He pounces on those deliveries like a panther. Well done.
That'll be the end of the second over. Eventually turned out to be a good one for the Thunderbolts. It's 16 for none. Sixteen for none. Nice looking hit from Lukman Faisal in the last ball of the last over as Rohit comes back to bowl his second one. Maybe another conversation on leagues that are popping up and how it's benefited cricketers from this part of the world. Oh, taken the edge. Third man in position. Takes it. Success for Rohit in the first ball of this second over. Hamdan Tahir is the first wicket to fall.
Well, it was wide outside off. He could have caressed it through the covers, but he looked to play it away from the body. Went to that square third man and easily pouched by Sabir Ali. Poor shot from Hamdan, and he goes without scoring. It's the first wicket down here with 16 on board. Ansh Tandon is the new batter coming out to bat. Just 8 runs in the tournament. Played only a single game, and that too as a super sub. This is a big opportunity for another young man. Left-hander replacing left-hander. He's got shots in the book. He can go at a very fast pace. But his problem is similar to someone like Hamdan. We'll talk about that. Slip and play is good to see that, and swing in the air. Good start against Ansh Tandon. So I think the problem that Hamdan and Ansh both have is they don't move their feet too well at the start of the innings. You see that. Hamdan just throwing his bat at the ball, not moving his feet and finding the fielder perfectly there.
Yeah, would have been better off getting on top of the ball than trying to get under it. That's why the top edge was derived. Rohit, of course, wouldn't have imagined getting his first wicket like that. He's more of a bowler that relies on swing and movement, getting that LBW and bowled in position. Once again, slightly out, side off, and Ansh should be more than happy to let that one go. Yeah, got to be a little bit watchful here. New batter in. We've been talking about this throughout the evening, that it's not easy to score runs as soon as you walk in. You've got to apply yourself. Just feel the ball to bat, a few deliveries, and then once you're set, there's plenty of runs to be made. And that is what ICC Academy offers you generally.
It's good to see that Ansh isn't chasing those balls outside off. He usually is in a hurry. Nicely bowled coming in this time around. And that is why I love Rohit Bangash.
Now that man we just saw, Sanchit Sharma, he should be in action very soon as well. Another very seam-up bowler, right arm. So lots of options for Wasim to use. Certainly be interesting how they use these conditions to their advantage.
That's another change that we were talking about. You know, Sanchit was bowling up front. And he's been held back since Wasim has come into the squad. Nicely bowled again. Perfect delivery. This is not test match cricket by any means. It looks like it.
Yeah, being watchful, Ansh Tandon realizing that they cannot afford to lose another wicket here, so doesn't want to just poke his bat and get that edge. Maybe just watch this over out. Rohit is in good rhythm, and that might not be a bad idea. They've got 16 runs on the board. It's not the worst of starts.
Good to see a slip in place also. And that is why possibly Ansh isn't poking at those balls. Clipped and taken! What a catch! Zahoor Khan! Look at that!
Wow. Ansh Tandon was leaving the deliveries outside off. The moment one came straight at him, he's looked to clip it over Zahoor Khan. But here's what Zahoor Khan has done. Well-timed jump, one-handed. Thank you very much, says Zahoor. Love the celebration. This is great stuff. Ansh Tandon, another duck for the Thunderbolts. Goes for none of 5. It's 16 for 2.
That's the signal for the super sub to be coming out. That's Rais Ahmed. And I think they have possibly replaced Hamdan Tahir because they already have a keeper in their ranks. So maybe we'll give you a confirmation in just a bit. But it's not a very good start for the Thunderbolts here. Luqman Faisal looking good, 14 not out. But overall, 16 for 2. 2 batters departing without troubling the scorers. That's not good. In he comes. My partner was talking about it. Sanchit Mohan Sharma is in action now.
I expect him to hit the seam and take the ball away from the right-hander. Oh, that's slightly uppish. Luqman a little bit iffy there. A lot relies on Luqman now. A couple of wickets down early. He'll have to play the long game.
Did that stop in the wicket just a little bit? We'll talk about that. That was the last wicket. He's been bowling outside off right before that, and look at that catch. Just amazing to see. Zahoor enjoyed that. Everyone in the team enjoyed that. And why not? What a catch.
That's such a moral lifter when there's a piece of feeling like that. Right, Rais Ahmed will take strike for the first time. 66 runs in this tournament so far. Is that an edge? Is that an edge? They're asking the question. They're convinced. Sanchit Sharma is pleading from the umpire, and they're all shocked that it has been denied.
There seemed to be a sound. I don't know what that sound was, but there definitely was some sound. Wasim is still talking to the umpire. He's now cheering his teammates to get back to their positions. Let's take a look at that. Well, the bat is away from the ball, so that's a good call from the umpire, but there was a definite sound there.
Yeah, well, he's the closest to the action. You probably know better, but good delivery from Sanchit. Bit of bounce, movement away. Oh, well bowled again. This is what Sanchit is so good at. He's not express pace, he's not your Dale Steyn, but he will keep hitting that coin every single time.
A very good observation for Sanchit Mohan Sharma. He knows his limitations, and when you know your limitations as a bowler, that was the appeal. Not given out, denied by the umpire, and I think rightly so. But when you know your limitations, you also know your capabilities. And that is where you bowl within yourself.
Oh, look at that. That is moving around. Back in Sri Lanka, when it swings like that, we call it Naya. And Naya is the translation for snake.
Wow. I thought it would mean new. But that was new. That was Naya in Hindi.
Well, that's the beauty of languages, but how well is Sanchit bowling? Absolutely enjoying this. Rais Ahmed is no mug with the bat. He's a fantastic batter, but he too is struggling to come to terms with this brilliant pace bowling here. Once again, beaten 3 times in a row now. Rais is looking here and there. How do I deal with this is what he's asking himself.
Marvels have been the only team to have done this at the DP World ILT20 Development Tournament. And this has started since yesterday only. They weren't able to do this in any of the previous games. So I don't know what's new. What's Naya? Maybe that guy on the screen.
Well, they're hitting the seam from the time they've seen Wasim. Your reaction tells me everything. Cut away, but stopped very well by Nilansh, the youngster, at point. A superb over from Sanchit Sharma. You can give me your reaction in the next over. 4 overs done. It's 17 for 2.
So most fours in the tournament. Rityar Arvind right on top, 24s. He's been very good with the bat. He's played the traditional way, spending time at the wicket, going run a ball for the first 20, 30 runs, and then changing gears and kicking on. And he has done that very, very well. 2 half centuries in the tournament for him. Rohit Bangash continues here. Nicely bowled again.
Yeah, he's bowled more outswingers than the ones that come back in. Seem to have figured out that he's not getting much movement in, so he's really opening up his body and pushing it away from the right-hander. Well, finally, Rais got some bat onto that last ball of the over, but a good bit of fielding from Nilansh Keswani. We'll see him in action in this innings with the ball in hand. Very capable young left-arm spinner.
Yeah, he was the player of the match in the last game. Picked up 3 wickets, giving away just 11 runs in his 4 overs. Peach. And again, moving away from Lukman.
Yeah, finding it very hard here. The batters, Lukman is surviving. He must have seen that first game and realized that the longer he stands out there, the more time he spends in the middle, the easier it will become. However, right now, it's a real challenge for these batters. Look at those figures from Rohit. 2 for 5. Fantastic stuff this for the bowlers. And as a bowler myself, I love a challenge like this.
Especially being a left-arm bowler. Swing and a miss. That moved away from Lukman again. It was in the arc, mind you. He plays that shot really well.
Yeah, against a right-arm bowler, he would have really connected that well. But because this was constantly moving away from him, playing down that line is not going to work for you. Again, it's not much movement, Faizan. It's about where he's landing it, Rohit. And that's what a good bowler does. You don't have to always rely on the amount of swing you get. It's about the kind of lengths you hit with the amount of swing you're getting. And Rohit seems to have mastered that.
And again, beating the outside edge consistently. Rohit has been fantastic since yesterday. And he was good yesterday also. But those two wickets have done the damage. Both left-handers. You would expect him to get a right-hander, being a left-handed bowler. But on different deliveries. One going out, one coming in. And what a catch from Zahoor there.
You underestimate us left-arm bowlers, Faizan.
I'm just talking about the matchups. Flicked away. Got his hand to it. Can he stop it from getting to the boundary? It'll hold up. Good work from Sabir Ali. That's going to be a couple of runs after a long time.
Yeah, the fielding has complemented the bowling. We saw that one good catch from Zahoor Khan, then that stop at point from Nilansh, and now this effort from Sabir there. And that timeline just below Rohit's figures tells you a story. The number of dot balls in there. In this format, 9 dot balls, you cannot afford it. Especially not back to back. Really kills off any kind of momentum that you're trying to find as a batter.
Last ball straight to the fielder. That'll end another fantastic over. It's 5 gone, 19 for 2 now. What a knock this guy played yesterday. Saghir Khan, 12 sixes. Most of them coming in the game yesterday. 69 of just 23 deliveries. He came out when things were all done and dusted at number 9. And he batted with the number 11 batter and scored some 45 runs and took the game almost home. Quick run, single taken.
Yeah, Rice finally gets off the mark after a difficult previous over. Yeah, just on Saghir Khan, what a brilliant all-rounder. Leads the side for his domestic team. And he's just risen through the ranks very well over the last year or so. This man has made a huge difference to the Pearls. Mohammad Wasim, our national captain, leads by example, scores runs for fun. And he certainly made a difference in this Marvel side.
Oh, beautiful again. Consistently beating right-handers outside the off-stump. Not an easy task.
And the best thing is, Lukman knows what's coming. He knows that Sanchit's going to pitch it there and move the ball away. Yet, if you're unable to deal with it, that tells you how well the bowler is bowling. He might be better off just trying to use his feet, get to pitch the ball, do something different. Because if this goes on, it's only a matter of time before that edge is prized out.
Lukman still going at 17 of 20 deliveries. Flicked away, straight to the fielder and a directed. Rice thinks he's home. We'll have to wait and watch.
Direct hits are always closer than they look. This was flicked straight to the fielder at fine. I don't think he was creasing the bat. Oh well, he's done well enough in the end. Raees Ahmed doing the basics right.
He needed to stretch a little more there. For a moment, he might have had his heart in his mouth. Raees Ahmed. Good running between the wickets. They'll have to do that though, because runs are not coming easily. So they'll have to put pressure on the fielders. Zahoor Khan there, already taken a fantastic catch and now a direct hit. So he's in supreme fielding form. One sort of form that he's not in is bowling. Strangely, Zahoor has been one of the most expensive bowlers in this tournament.
And the Race is now just hanging on the back foot, looking to use the swing to his advantage, trying to guide that towards the third man. Second time he's done that in this over. I just saw Zahoor stretching there, so might just be bowling the next over because Rohit has bowled 3. I don't think the skipper's going to finish him off. But they really have this game in control right now, the Marvels.
Well, I for one think that they should bowl out Rohit here. Zahoor is warming up, frankly, so he might come in next. But I think they should bowl Rohit out with the way he's bowling. If he can pick another wicket here, especially Lukman's wicket, then things would be different. Well, what a shot. Out of nowhere, Rais Ahmed goes big. 6 it is. First 6.
Rais has had enough. I'm done, he says, with all these swinging around. And he just did what we were saying. Down the wicket, getting close to the pitch of the ball. And this has gone very, very far. That's 6 number 167 of the tournament on the top tier of those glass panels here at the ICC Academy. Release of pressure with that maximum.
Last ball to go. Decent over. They required a boundary. They've got it now. Nothing to take away from Sanchit. He's bowled well. Straight to the fielder. And that's going to be another dot ball to end the over. 6 overs gone. It's 27 for 2 for Thunderbolts. Rohit Bangash looks like a model in that picture. Brilliant. 9 wickets. Well, he's a model example of how to bowl, definitely.
Photography on point, that's for sure. Making them look really good.
I would want that photographer to click our pictures also.
Good to see him on the top. Uzair Khan, another left arm pacer in at number 2. So the left arm is really running the show here. Lukman 18 of 21. Unlikely of him to go at a strike rate like this. But it is what it is. Right. Power play ends. 6 overs done. And just as we guessed, it's going to be Zahoor Khan to bowl the 7th over. Lukman, I think, will look to try and target Zahoor here and try and get some boundaries from here on.
I hope he sees off a couple of deliveries and then go about his business. Swing for Zahoor. That's going to be a wide. Excessive swing for him on the first ball.
Yeah, just a loosener. Although in this day and age, for a fast bowler, there's no room for a loosener because you only have 24 deliveries. And with every extra, it only becomes more difficult. Lukman Faisal, I'm sure, is thinking about going after Zahoor Khan because, like you said, he's not been in bowling form. So that's the kind of bowler you want to target generally.
In the very first match, in the very first over that he was bowling, he was hit on the ankle by a straight hit from the batter. Since then, he's been uncomfortable. Maybe something to do with that injury also. He's looking fit. He's running fit. So I'm just guessing, assuming.
One of the things Wasim has done among the many changes that we've noticed is that he's allowed Zahoor to bowl outside the power play. So a bit of protection, allowing him to maybe come back into rhythm, giving him that protection in the deep. So it's also another positive that we've seen with Wasim coming into the team and making those subtle changes.
Since we are at this point, Thunderbolts also have a new captain. Junaid Siddiqui just joined yesterday and changed the fortunes of Thunderbolts. They won that game that was required and it was their first victory in the tournament. What a shot. That's gone in the gap all along the carpet. 4.
Yeah, they will have to find these boundaries more regularly. This wasn't a shot in anger. It was pitched up by Zahoor Khan Rais. He's nicely leaning into that one. More importantly, in the gap. And in this ICC Academy outfield, once you've passed a 30-yard circle, more often than not, it runs away to the boundary.
Best part about that shot, he didn't try to hit it too hard. Sometimes that can happen with Rais Ahmed. He's due for runs, mind you. He's a very good batter. Hasn't scored all that heavily. Has been played as a super sub in this tournament till now in all the games that Thunderbolts have played. And again, straight down the ground. That's an even better shot than the last one. Hit like a tracer bullet.
Yeah, this one with a bit of power. The previous one, he just pushed it through the gap. This one was even fuller. So he's gone with a bit more muscle in that one. And once again, it's in the gap. So back-to-back boundaries. Zahoor Khan yet to find some rhythm in this tournament.
Yeah, those back-to-back boundaries are the example of what exactly I was saying. Zahoor hasn't been in supreme touch. You would rarely see him bowl half volleys outside off stump. But in this tournament, he's bowled many of those full tosses, trying to bowl those Yorkers and converting. The batters have converted them into half volleys. And again, slower ball picked up wonderfully well in the gap. Back-to-back fours here.
I'm struggling to understand the idea behind going so full from Zahoor Khan. He saw the previous bowlers hitting that length and finding some assistance. But for some reason, he's looked to go full. And once again, another fan code 4 conceded. Faizan, he had a brilliant LPL not many months ago. I think he was the highest wicket taker as well. But since he's come back, for some reason, he's just lost all that form.
That can happen to you sometimes. Maybe because you've played too much. Maybe you need rest. Maybe you had a niggle that's troubling you. Nicely played again into the gap. They're running hard for the first one. No, they are not. They are going to take a single, and they're convinced with that.
Very good point you make, Faizan. In fact, in this day and age, of the amount of cricket that is being played, I think fatigue and overkill is not a subject people even want to discuss. Because there's so much cricket being played. The moment you bring something like that up, it is a sensitive matter to talk about, because cricketers want to play cricket. That's their profession. But sometimes you got to listen to your body and give it that rest. We are not implying in any way that Zahoor Khan needs rest, but could be a reason is what we are implying. So just a disclaimer. 1 ball to go, 15 runs in this over already. No ball as well, and a catch. Oh, this is how things go for you when they are not going your way. That could have been his wicket, but he's bowled a no ball and it's going to be a free hit.
And what a big wicket that could have been. Luqman Faisal in supreme form. Overstepping, getting a leading edge. Good thinking by Mohammad Wasim on extra cover. Shy at the stumps. And Luqman Faisal is going to get a free hit here.
Zahoor must be thinking, what have I done wrong here? The first good ball that I bowl gets a catch, but unfortunately he's overstepped. Now then, a free hit. Luqman is on strike. This is his moment to try and break free here. Get a maximum. Release the pressure. Break the shackles. Bowled well. Yorker length. Wow. Zahoor Khan has had a mixed bag in this over, but an eventful one nonetheless. 7 overs done. It's 44 for 2.
Taimur Ali, most runs in the tournament. Going to that last game, 84 he scored. Almost won that game for the Vipers, but lost his wicket just at the wrong time. Comes to director. We would certainly need the address of the photographer who's taking those pictures. He's been excellent. I'd love my face to be like that on a picture.
Well, we should start a trend maybe, just like the cricketers have their headshots. We should have commentators' headshots as well in the next tournament onwards.
It used to be a thing at one point of time. I remember I've given them a lot of photos of myself. Or maybe they just liked me and collected my photos. I don't know.
I think as time has gone on and more of us have joined, they've realized that the commentators don't look so good anymore as they used to. So they've dropped the idea. Right, speaking of good talent, here's Nilansh Keswani into the attack with a left arm spin.
Nicely bowled straight to the fielder. You underestimate yourself, Sameer. Luqman on 20, Rais on 20. There's a partnership developing. They're going at 6.14. That's all right because they have the firepower to go big towards the fag end of the innings and they can hit those big shots.
Yeah, he doesn't turn the ball much, that's for sure, Keswani, but he's a very smart operator. Hits the right lengths, makes use of the new ball very well. Remember, this ball is not too old. It hasn't been tonked around too much. Just the 8th over in progress. That's one of his strengths. Look, Nilansh keeps it very tight.
Goes big, Luqman. Very big. Humongous hit.
Well, we have that stump mic in there, and the sound that made off the bat was just a delight to hear. It was full from Nilansh, and Luqman Faisal has picked the bones out of that one. 50 comes up with that maximum.
What a shot that was. Out of nowhere. That's what Luqman can do to you. It wasn't even a half volley. He got to it, straight down the ground. He couldn't even follow the ball. No one can actually, because they've got new balls here.
Yeah, he's made the ball disappear. Zaheer Khan with the highest number of sixes, and now Luqman is trying to catch up with him. 11 sixes with this one. And if he keeps batting like this, he'll take pole position in that team, in that list. Nilansh Keswani into the attack, has conceded a 6. Alright, couple of sixes in this innings from Luqman, which means he has overtaken Zaheer Khan. He's at 13 now.
Nicely bowled. Tossing it up quicker through the air. Played back to the bowler. They need to make the most of the 6 now. They need to make sure that runs keep coming in. Rotate the strike right away. Pressure on the bowler.
Yeah, good point you make. You've got the boundary. Make the rest of the deliveries work for you. I think that's one thing that they haven't done well enough, these two. Because they've been looking for the boundary, the 1s and 2s have dried up. There have been too many dot balls in between. And that might just make the difference for them if this turns out to be a close game.
It's 7.5 overs. Yesterday when the Pearls were bowling, in the first 8 overs, they had bowled 40 dot balls. 40 dot balls in the first 8 overs. Well, that's not the case tonight though, because that's been hit to the boundary. Good over coming in for the Thunderbolts. It's 55 for 2 after 8.
Interesting move this from Wasim. He's allowing Sanchit to bowl his third over. After a break there, he's got Zahoor Khan and Nilansh Keswani. Understandable because Zahoor was expensive. Sanchit now to bowl the 9th over. Luqman Faisal on strike. Behind that one, push towards the leg side, starts off with a single. More of this is what they need.
Yeah, they need a partnership going here. This is looking good as of now. Going at almost 7 runs and over. Rais especially has been really good. He hasn't been trouble, minus that first over coming in from Sanchit Mohan Sharma where he was beaten outside the off stump 4 times in a row. But apart from that, he's been very good. Umar Ali Khan, the vice-captain of the side. Captain in the absence of Junaid Siddiqui, who's now back into the team. So 2 big players joining their teams for the first time at the DP World ILT20. Yesterday was the first day when they joined their teams, their respective teams, and ended up winning a game each for their sides. Very important game yesterday, that one for Thunderbolts, because had they lost this game, they were out of the reckoning. It is also very important, this one, for Thunderbolts to win.
Rais is now peppering that offside quite nicely. We saw the previous over, Nilansh's last ball, he cut it away for a boundary. And just in the last couple of overs, he's found some form here, Rais. And like you said, he's due some runs already. So far, the signs are good.
He has had starts in this tournament. This is not the first time he's scored 25 in this tournament, and that has been the problem with him. When he's reached somewhere around 30, 33, if you lose your wicket, it is your fault as a batter. Because now you've taken care of the difficult phase and you're giving your wicket away. Luqman goes big across the line and gets the result.
Yeah, nothing technical about that. Very agricultural, that one. Good old-fashioned swipe across the line. Absolutely threw everything at it. But more importantly, it went to the gap. So, fan code 4 again And Lukman Faisal is also now breaking loose.
And nothing very good looking about that shot, but he got the timing right. And that was the most important thing. And also, didn't play it in the air. So just rolled his wrists over the top of the ball. And there was no fielder inside the circle. So that was no trouble whatsoever for him. Lukman going at a runner ball. That is not the kind of knock he plays usually. Nicely played in the gap. What a shot. That screamed away for 4.
What a contrast from the previous shot. If that was all about just swiping and hitting it hard, this one was timed, caressed and guided towards the boundary. Beautiful. Another fan code for this one was the most prettiest of the lot.
Yeah, you've said it all. Everything about that shot was just graceful, perfect, delicate.
Just to add to that point you made about batters getting starts and then throwing it away. Nicely behind that. He won't mind getting a dot ball after the couple of boundaries. You'd look at someone like Raees Ahmed on 25 or 15. Even if he gets out now on the scorecard, someone might look at it and say, well, he's done his job. But the problem is another batter has to now come in and do it all over again. And it's not easy to immediately come in and get going like that. So when you've got that start, you have to convert it.
Last ball of the over, nicely bowled, coming in. And yeah, I agree with that point that you said before that last ball. And I think he's brought into the team for that because he's a super sub. 9 overs gone, it's 65 for 2. Race on strike. Good ball. Straight to the fielder again.
Well, he's enjoying playing on that offside. Raees Ahmed has really opened up, found a few runs. And because the bowlers have been on that disciplined fourth stump channel, he's figured that that's where he needs to go.
If I know Raees at all, then I think he's going to go for a big shot here. It's due. I can tell you this. You can't keep him quiet for a long time, and that has been his downfall in a number of games where he has had starts.
I wouldn't be too bothered by this. His 26 of 17 is a decent strike rate, especially after those 2 early wickets. I think they've done a decent repair job, these two. But you're right, Raees is the kind of batter who doesn't like to get bogged down with 1s and 2s. He likes those big 4s and 6s. Lukman Faisal has hit that into orbit, and that has gone far enough for another maximum.
Where's my car parked? I always try to park it as far as I can because of those kind of shots. Well hit. He didn't get to the pitch of the ball. He was away from it. Just kept going on that shot and knew what he was doing. Hitting it wonderfully.
Just pure power and strength and the speed of his hands coming through. It's just fantastic to see. Nilansh Keswani has been dealt with so far. They're enjoying batting against the spinners, much different to how they were struggling against the seam up early on. And again, another example, Faizan, of how when you apply yourself as a batter, get through those initial difficult stages, this pitch gives you runs.
Yeah, the 2 wickets to have fallen down till now. Rohit Bangash was on fire. So first Hamdan Tahir, another left-hander, Ansh, and this one was into the body, and what a take. Any other day this might have gone up and over and would have gone for at least 2. Cut away nicely. Another single. They're looking good at the halfway mark.
In one sense, these two have done quite well. They rode out that difficult phase, especially Rohit. And then Sanchit Sharma was really making the ball move around. They realized that there will be bowlers who they can target, and they've done exactly that. Zahoor Khan went for 15 in his first over. Now Nilansh, they're going after him. 19 already in just 10 balls. And because Lukman has played that big shot already, Rais can just relax and keep rotating the strike.
Last ball to go to complete the halfway of this innings. 74 for 2. And he goes through the covers. There's a fielder there. He won't get it. That's another fan code 4 to end the over. Another very expensive over coming in from Nilansh Keswani.
Well, that should end another expensive over, as you said. And at the halfway stage, they are 77 for 2.
Well, we're halfway through in the first innings, and 78 is what they've scored and lost 2 early wickets. And there you go, the most runs. And Lukman Faisal now the table topper, 178 runs, and followed by Taimur Ali. We saw him early on in the first game. Nicely bowled. Excellent delivery on the right channel. Shy the stumps. But he was always home. This has been a good recovery and a good partnership coming in from these two batters. Lukman Faisal, well, started off a little shakily, but then since the time he's been getting it from the middle of the bat, he's looked comfortable, and he's just 3 runs away to be reaching his half century. Another 50 to his tally is pretty much expected from here onwards. On the other end, Rais Ahmed is looking quite dangerous. He could cut loose at any point of this game. 28 in just 19 deliveries. Brilliant. Perfect channel. Sanchit Sharma is bowling the right areas. Well, and joining me in the comm box, it's going to be Shoaib. Welcome, Shoaib.
Thank you, Ovis. First time in the day today we've got this opportunity to call the game together. So good to have you in the comm box. But this is a steady start for the Thunderbolts, and especially Lukman Faisal. He's done really well in this tournament and continues to shine for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Another single, he inches towards that 50-run mark alongside Rais Ahmed.
Well, they've already done the hard work here. Hard part is done and dusted. A couple of wickets falling early on, and then Lukman and Rais coming in and stitching up a partnership. And now I think it's high time Rais Ahmed will start to cut loose. One of those players, he loves to play those big shots. That is pretty much expected at any point of this game.
Likes to take on Sanchit Sharma. It's just that ideal pace, isn't it, that a batter would like. Sanchit, when he's not moving the ball, he is less threatening. And Rais Ahmed is now trying to use that to his advantage. He's on 28 of 20. I think he's almost cut himself loose here. He was saying that he would want to cut loose. I think he's already in that frame of mind. He wants to take on the opposition.
Fuller delivery, swing and a miss once again. Oh, he's cut it with himself. There was an opportunity. He did back off, trying to cut it too hard. And here, the right move here by Lukman Faisal. Just needs to have a word with his partner and ask him to just calm down, buddy.
And this is a very different wicket to be batting on compared to the other wickets that we see in the UAE. So you need to be a little cautious. There's extra bounce, extra carry, extra pace. And that is why you need to adapt. As of now, This has been a good over from Sanchit Sharma. Now pulls and pulls well in the gap. No chance for the deep square leg fielder. It's gone and hit the right board. It's the fan code 4.
Yeah, finally getting it from his blade. He was struggling initially, but then banged and shot by Sanchit. And he got into an excellent position. This time, he's got plenty of bat on this. And he'll close out this over with a boundary. 11 gone, 84 for 2.
So that's the current standings then for the 6 teams in this DP World ILT20. Development Capitals are at the top with 6 and the other 3 teams are at 4. It's the Marvels and the Thunderbolts. So for Marvels, it's important that they win this game to get into the top 2, while for Thunderbolts to stay alive in the tournament, they need to beat Marvels and get to 4 points as well. Top 4 teams will be playing in the semi-finals, so that is the race between the 6 teams to get into the top 4. And it's for everyone to consider themselves as one of the teams to get into the top 4. Well, Sabir Rao is the new bowler, has bowled really well. Impressive left-handed fast bowler. Beats the edge of the bat again, and that angle has been a hallmark of Sabir Rao in this tournament.
Yeah, he's been absolutely magnificent and he's been brought back for a purpose, and that too is to break this partnership, one of their premier bowlers. And also I would like to highlight something here, Shrev. If you notice, even yesterday's first game, it was a high scoring contest. And then again, if you look at today's earlier game, it was a high scoring contest. Both the couple of games, last night and then today, it has been low scoring games. So I think there's definitely something to do with the moisture in the surface. Nicely cut away, but couldn't really find the gap. They're looking for 2. And no interest shown by Rais Ahmed's right call. There was never a 2 there. So yeah, I was just making a point that I believe there's something to do under the lights and there's a lot of moisture. We saw even yesterday ILT20 Marvels, they made life very difficult for the opponents. And even today, the ball is jogging around and it's doing bit in this surface.
Yes, interesting point you make, always, because normally you tend to believe that the batting gets a lot easier under lights in the second innings, and that is why most teams have decided to chase, and that doesn't seem to be the case in the last 2 games. That's a very good hit. That has Rais Ahmed written all over it. Huge hit for a maximum.
Yeah, that is a very courageous hit coming in from Rais Ahmed, dancing down the track, negating the swing on offer from Sabir, and that has gone a long, long way. Excellent stroke, playing an inside-out shot, mind you, a very tough shot to execute, and he's done it to perfection.
Yeah, we could hear that ball hitting the roof. We are sitting just under it. Clean hitting from Rais Ahmed. He is belligerent when it comes to attacking the bowlers, merciless, and just likes to take on the opposition. Now goes over. That's cheeky, that's innovative, and that deserves 6 runs.
And not a good delivery by Sabir. First he bowled a fuller delivery and now banging in short, trying to bowl a cutter, slower delivery, holding up into the surface. But Rais, well, he was prepared and ready just for this kind of delivery, and he's mastered it to perfection.
Yeah, coming back to the conditions and to the point that you made, we'll come back to that. Tournament 6 is 171. That's another one added to the tally. Well, I think it's because of the way the Marvels have bowled. They played the game last night and they restricted the opposition. And even tonight, they are bowling really well, except for a few deliveries here and there. They've assessed the conditions and they've bowled according to a plan. I think it's a good wicket to be batting on. To be honest, I feel it's got runs, and I think it does get easier under lights. I think it's just the way the ILT20 Marvels bowlers have bowled that has been the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You make a very valid point here. And if you talk about the bowling of ILT20 Marvels, well, they've got some quality bowlers in the lineup, and there you go. 3 sixes, 4 boundaries, and 20 dots. So just 1 run shy to be reaching his half century. He's done the hard work now, but want to convert this into a big one tonight. Yeah, that's a much better delivery and excellent bit of running. So smart cricket played here. And with that shot, they've reached 99 mark and he's reached his 50. What a tremendous knock he's played under pressure when his team required him to do so. And he has delivered.
Now 50 for Lukman Faisal. And 181 runs in the tournament. 12 overs completed. 99 for 2.
It's going to be Zahoor Khan to continue. We'll just come back to our discussion after this delivery. Well, that's played aerial. It's up in the air. And he's taken it. Well, this is a big moment in the game. Zahoor Khan bringing all his experience into play. And it is a big, big wicket. It's Lukman Faisal who will have to go back to the dugout.
Well, he just got to his 50 and he went for a big hit against the experienced Zahoor Khan. Well, I think the shot was definitely on. Just doesn't time it too correctly and gets on to the top half of the bat. And a simple catch for Vishnu, I think it is. Vishnu Sukumaran with that take. So he doesn't miss many. Lukman Faisal out for after a gritty knock of 50 or 43. It's 99 for 3 now.
Finally breaking the partnership. Lukman Faisal, he was looking destructive. He's already done his job. 50 in no time. And in comes the new batter, Rahul Chopra. Still plenty of overs to get his eyesight in.
There's another experienced cricketer, at least in the domestic circuit. Well, that is, I think it is Sanchit Sharma's sister there. We'll come back to that. That's the wicket of Lukman. He hit that straight into the air. Doesn't get enough connection. It was high, but not the distance. And Vishnu Sukumaran, yes, completes that catch. Important breakthrough, this one. That brings Rahul Chopra out in the middle. Now he's pulled that again. Catches the call. Lands safely away from Zawar Farid. And he's off the mark with those 2 runs. 100 comes up for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Well, Lukman, he did play a wonderful innings, got to his 50. And let's have a quick recap of what he did out there in the middle. He hit 4 fours and 3 sixes. Was very comfortable out there in the middle. And at the same time, he was aggressive against the loose deliveries. He showed that he's capable of hitting it all around the park. And has definitely left a mark on everybody's mind and heart. Mistimed hit again from Rahul. Gets a single.
Yeah, one thing is quite certain. Rahul Chopra, I think he's been sent for a purpose. He's just faced 3 deliveries. And clearly we can see he's trying to go for those maximums. So I think the job role and the responsibility on his shoulders would be to get some quick runs for his team. A burst of 25, 30 runs. They still have hard hitters to come. We have Umair Ali Khan, hasn't really clicked in this tournament. It's going to be interesting when he comes onto bat.
Goes for the Yorker. Attempted delivery outside off. And there you go on the screens. On the left of your screens, the lady is Khushi Sharma. She is the sister of Sanchit Sharma, who's playing tonight. And by the way, she too plays for the UAE side, for the UAE women's team. Seems like she's not 100% fit, and we hope that she recovers quickly. But they're all a very cricketing family. Wherever they go, they travel together. They're always supporting each other. The parents, they are there at the venue most of the time supporting their children. And that is Sanchit Sharma. So he'll be happy and proud that he's got some backing in the crowd as well. It's always good to have your family around, isn't it, Oves?
Yeah, absolutely, Shoaib. It's a wonderful moment to see the families coming and watch the game. We'll discuss more after this over. 13 gone, 102 for 3. Yeah, great to see families have come out and supporting Sanchit Sharma, as pointed out by Shoaib. She too also plays from the UAE team.
Oh yes, she's been a vital part of the UAE women's team, an all-rounder, bowls. She's also got the ability to move the ball in the air, so I think it runs in the family, and she's very handy with the bat as well. Khushi Sharma. So 102 for 3 after 13 overs, and now Sanchit knows that he's under the spotlight as well. Nilanj Keswani, he will have a role to play. He's going to be a genuine wicket taker if he can bowl in the right areas. Bowled well yesterday. We'll want to replicate that today always.
Yeah, absolutely, Shoaib. But last night he was getting those arm deliveries going in his favor. He was getting slight turn, also some purchase from the track. But today we haven't really seen much of spin and purchase as of now. It's coming onto the bat really nicely. We're talking about the spinners here, so it's going to be interesting to see how he proceeds. Yeah, there he goes, nicely coming onto the bat, and this is going to be a challenge, I would say, for Nilanj Keswani, considering Reis does like to play against spinners.
Yes, I think Reis on his day is very difficult to stop. He does enjoy batting against the spinners, but he also cherishes playing against the fast bowlers. We saw him hit a few big hits out of the park and onto the ICC Academy building. So doesn't matter if it's a spinner or a fast bowler. They're going for the quick run. Oh, not the best of throws. Aryansh had to dive onto his left. Had that throw been a little better, it would have been game over for Rahul Chopra.
Yeah, this would have been mighty close. Reis couldn't really find the gap. Excellent pickup and a brilliant throw was required. And I think he wasn't even there in the picture, Rahul Chopra. Short delivery, missed out onto it. It was there to be hit. He had ample of time. Just couldn't really get underneath the ball.
Yeah, not a bad over this from Nilanj Keswani. Under the context right now, he's bowled well in the given situation. Cuts it. That's in the gap. And it is a lightning quick outfield here at the ICC Academy. That will go all the way for 4 runs. Excellent hit.
Well, this was a glorious looking stroke from Reis Ahmed. He waited for the delivery. No spin on offer and placing it to perfection, bisecting it between the gully and point fielder. And that has travelled in no time. And that is a fan code 4 for you. So it was turning out to be a good over. He was bowling in the right areas, but then the last delivery just wavered, providing a lot of width to Reis. But that shot is reaches 50, and there you go, another bludgeoning hit. What a hit by Reis Ahmed.
Yeah, tournament force 282. 14th over completed. 113 for 3. So that's the batting card for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. 50 from Lukman Faisal, 54 for Rais Ahmed. He just got to his 50 in a matter of 31 deliveries. So both these batters have done a wonderful job for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. On the other hand, Marvels, well, Rohit has been the pick of the bowlers for them. 2 wickets for him, a wicket for Zahoor Khan, and Nilanj Keswani has been expensive in his 3 overs, giving away 35 runs. Now only 5 bowlers have been used from the ILT20 Marvels, and the projected score is 161 at this current rate of 8.7. But I think they should be targeting at least 170 to 180. That is something that they can achieve with the wickets in hand.
Well, absolutely, Shay. We have seen what the low order batters can do, especially if you talk about Abdul Ghaffar. We have seen him, what he can do in this tournament. Comes in and hit those big shots. On the other end, Zahoor Khan, well, this is going to be interesting. Couple of overs from him. Yeah, Wayward not finding the line. Zahoor spraying the ball towards offside and starting off this over with a big wide. Well, still plenty of batters to come after this. I was saying Abdul Ghaffar, there's Aftab Alam, there's Hazrat Luqman. He can tonk a few. Junaid Siddiqui, of course, the captain. So I think it's high time now. Rahul Chopra, he's played 5 deliveries, needs to get a move on. Try to look for those big shots. Flicked away handsomely. Wow. Well, that is an outrageous hit. Where did that come from?
Well, that is a brilliant hit for 6. Rahul Chopra, he is so good when it comes to hitting the ball off the pads. It was asking to be hit, begging to be hit, and Rahul Chopra just returns the favour. Not the best of deliveries, and rightly punished by Rahul Chopra. 11 of 6 for him, 120 on the board, so that projected score now jumps to 169, and that is something that they should be targeting. In fact, much more. With this man on your screens, Mohammad Wasim, coming into bat in the next innings, I think the Thunderbolts will need at least 200, if not more.
But for that, they need 80 more runs in the next 5 overs after this. So that's not going to be an easy task, considering Zahoor Khan, of course, one of the premier bowlers. You need to be a little careful against him. We've already scored 6 runs on the very first delivery. So need to play calculated innings, especially against this man, Zahoor Khan. You don't want to be forcing the issue and try to hit a maximum on boundary on every delivery.
Well, Aryan Saxena on the screens, along with our production crew. In the background, nicely bowled by Zahoor. Just coming around the wicket and getting that Yorker right. He's bowled 2 consecutive deliveries in that area, and Rahul Chopra has been unable to score runs off it.
Yeah, I think that is a much better option. Zahoor Khan coming around the wicket, just creating that angle, bowling in the block hole deliveries. Right approach, and I would say it's just been an off tournament for Zahoor Khan. Very unlike him. Usually picks up wickets for his team, and there you go on the right. Mr. Iftikhar Ali officiating this game and overseeing proceedings. Full toss, belted, and belted really hard. And that is a fan quote 4.
Now missed his mark, Zahoor Khan. That Yorker was converted into a juicy full toss, and Rahul Chopra has smashed it, and he's gone straight downtown over Rais Ahmed. He's done well to evade that shot, and 4 runs is the final result. A fan code 4 for Rahul Chopra. Good over this so far now. In the last 30 balls, 46 runs have been scored. That's an interesting number. Again, hit straight down the ground. And this time, too, it will erase away consecutive boundaries. I think it's a hat-trick of boundaries from Rahul Chopra.
Well, he's getting a little predictable now, Zahoor Khan. He's trying to bowl those Yorkers in the block hole, but in the process, he's just gifted 2 easy deliveries to this man. Another fan code 4 moment for you. Mind you, Shoaib, I think it's a very difficult art to constantly bowl in those block hole deliveries. So I think a better option would be to go for that slower bouncer, just go for the variations, bowl those cutters. But Zahoor Khan, the last 4 deliveries we witnessed, all have been on the offside channel, fuller in the block hole.
Yeah, he's bowling with a plan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you need to have a plan in the first place. And I think, yeah, he's missed his mark on a few occasions, but he'll continue to bowl that angle. This time it's been guided towards the deep third. Sanchit Sharma, the man there. And we've also got Mr. Sharma behind him. 15 overs done. 129 for 3. So it's going to be Zawar Farid. 2 wickets for him in this tournament. He's been impressive with the bat. Has played some small but entertaining innings. Now he's come out to bowl as the 6th bowler to be used from the ILT20 Marvels. 129 on the board. This is a much better performance from the Thunderbolts, the ILT20 Thunderbolts in this game compared to the previous one. Remember, they've got a win and they need to win to stay alive in the tournament.
Nicely bowled, nicely disguised, just bowling a little slower. Rahul Chopra not reading the length on that occasion. Let's have a look at this delivery once again, just rolling his wrist over and getting a little late onto the ball. So this is a huge responsibility on the shoulders of Zawar Farid. He's been introduced into the 16th over, last 5 overs, and it's always a difficult ask to be coming in bowling at this stage of the game, and that too to a set batter, Rais Ahmed, who's in the middle, 54 and 31, and Rahul Chopra also has got a move on. Nicely bowled. Has a much better delivery, targeting the stumps, but it was always going down the leg.
Not a bad ball and not a bad start at all for Zawar Farid. 3 dot balls. So he's trying to build some pressure. But this is going to be interesting now. Rais Ahmed against Zawar Farid. Who's going to be the winner and get those bragging rights? Well, the intent was clearly there from Rais. Doesn't get the connection. And that means that he will cross over for a single.
Well, Zawar Farid needs to ensure one thing, to not give pace to Rais Ahmed. Just go for those variations. And that's what he's done so far in this over. He's not giving any pace on offer to these 2 batters. 1 run is all he has given. So, good job, Zawar. Beautifully bowled onto the stumps. Flicked away, and single is all they'll get. So, this is turning out to be an excellent over for ILT20 Marvels. Captain opting to bring Zawar Farid, the new bowler, and the 16th over. And so far, he's done a phenomenal job. So now, that 180 is looking a little far away, I would say, Shoaib.
Well, never say never, always. We saw what 1 over can do in the previous game. 1 big over can change it. Swing and a miss. Trying to hit it a little too hard here. Not trying to time it, but just bludgeon the ball. And that hasn't worked. A dot ball to end the over. Brilliant over from Zawar Farid. After 16, it's 1-3-2 for 3.
Right then, the platform is set for the batters to come next in. Umair Ali Khan, Lukman, whereas they all can tonk the ball. Now these two batters are well settled in the middle. Flicked away beautifully, but there's protection in the deep. So they've opted to bring back Rohit Bangash in the 17th over. And I think the only reason he's been brought back into the attack, Shoaib, is to break this partnership.
Yeah, he just had that 1 over remaining, and I think it's not a bad decision at all. Mohammad Wasim wants to get to that wicket, and preferably of this man who's on 55 of 33 deliveries, and this is why he's on 55. 7 fours and 3 sixes, and let me tell you, these 3 sixes were the biggest sixes that you would see tonight. He has bludgeoned the ball and he's launched it like a missile when it leaves off his bat. This time a single is what he'll get. Rais Ahmed, he'll move on to 56, brings Rahul Chopra back on strike. So yes, it was a wonderful knock from Rais Ahmed. Played all around the park and hit some really big hits. Now Rahul Chopra has smashed that one. Flat 6 all the way towards long off.
Well, he's picked the bones out of this delivery. That has come right to the middle of his bat. That has just travelled to the boundary. No time. Flat batted. And hit that really, really hard is Rahul Chopra. There you go, bowling fuller. No swing on offer. And that is a big, big shot coming in from Rahul Chopra.
That's gone all the way. Very good hit. Now shuffles across and then plays a very awkward shot. You don't see that too often. Rahul Chopra first wanted to ramp that, then realizing that ball is way too outside off, somehow manages to push it in the gap for a single.
Yeah, he shuffled too early, I would say, and that is the reason Rohit Bangash, he saw the batter and then he went shorter, just slowed his pace rather, and has been successful. Well, out of the 56 Rais Ahmed has scored, 46 have come from maximum boundaries. So shows he's one of those batters not interested in singles and doubles. That's been crashed. One bounce into the fence.
Just clearing his front leg, Rais Ahmed. And he continues to be the man that has done exceptionally well for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. This one was in the slot, clears his front leg, plays it over extra cover. And that is another fan code 4 coming from the bat of Rais Ahmed. He is looking lethal and he is looking dangerous. 60 of just 35 deliveries, and he still has another 3 overs to go after this.
That's been hammered towards mid-wicket and another maximum. So turning on the heat is Rais Ahmed, and this has been a very expensive over. We saw 6 from Rahul Chopra, a boundary from Rais, and then this last delivery. He has smashed this out of the park.
Yes, he's just taken on Rohit Bangash, and this is a very fruitful over for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Now, Oves, my friend, that 180 is not all that far. 17 gone, 151 for 3.
Expensive last over coming in. Rohit, he was brilliant with the new ball. Was moving the ball away from the right-handers. But with the old ball, he looked pretty ordinary. And both the batters taking him down, hit hard, down the ground. And that's going to be another boundary. So Zawar will open his second over with a boundary.
It's become a lot easier now to bat, Oves. This one's hit straight down the ground, believing in the bounce of the wicket, Rahul Chopra. and plays it in the gap, the safest area to play a cricket shot. A fan code 4 for Rahul Chopra.
Well, surely now he will be targeting his personal milestone. Just 17 runs away to be reaching his half century. Short delivery coming down the track. And right thing, not targeting the stumps rather.
And that's a run stolen by the ILT20 Thunderbolts, the two batters. Projected score, Ovis. Can you read that for me, please?
My eyesight is not that good, Shoaib.
I'll help you. It's 180. That's the projected score now. That's a good hit. There is protection at covers. Another run added to the total. So Zawar might be used for another over here after this. Maybe the 20th. 157. It's a good performance with the bat for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. They'll want to finish on a high.
Charges down the ground. But couldn't really find the gap here. So singles is not going to be a problem for ILT20 Marvels. They need to ensure to stop the boundaries and maximums. And so far, Rahul Chopra and Raees Ahmed, well, they've been finding them consistently in this innings.
Yes, last two deliveries of the over. Expect Raees Ahmed to look for a boundary. He seems to be a bit tired now. His body language shows that he's exhausted. And rightly so, he's been there for a long time. And it is a bit humid tonight compared to the other last few days. We saw a gentle breeze blowing across, but not tonight. Tonight it's dead still. The weather, no wind, no breeze at all.
It was a very last good delivery by Zawar Farid. It just hit bang on his toe, Raees Ahmed. He looked very uncomfortable the moment it struck on his toes. Right then, last delivery. Full toss. Played towards mid-wicket. Couldn't really get any connection whatsoever. So, has been a quiet over yet again. And good one for Team ILT20 Marvels. 18 gone, 160 for 3.
So that's the score after 18 overs, 160 for the loss of 3 wickets. That's the summary so far. Expect the ILT20 Thunderbolts to finish on a very positive note. And there you go. Absolutely no wind, as you can see on the trees. There's absolutely no movement at all, which is a bit unusual. There was a breeze a few days ago until yesterday, but not tonight. Zawar Farid bowled a good over. Now it's Zaur Khan on strike on the bowling end, and he's going to bowl his last over of the 4 over quota.
Yeah, by the likes of it, he started off with a block hole delivery once again. We saw in his previous over, wasn't that successful. Just kept on bowling in the offside channel, trying to target the block hole, bowl those Yorkers, and a couple of them ended up being a full toss. And Rahul Chopra, well, he took full advantage of it, and he got runs from those deliveries. Shuffling this across the stumps, well, mistimed, in the air. It's miles up in the air. Oh, put it down. And it is Zahoor Khan himself to be blamed here. He's dropped an easy catch, and I think he's done some damage to his fingers as well.
And let's look at that again. It was hit high, and Zahoor Khan went for it himself. Just a bit away from him, and he doesn't collect it cleanly. Could have been a wicket number 2 for Zahoor Khan. More importantly, they would have broken this partnership.
Yeah, and also it would have been very difficult for the new batter to come in and straight away hit those maximums. So these are the moments you need to cash on. Nicely bowled, and somehow they will steal a single. Good delivery though by Zahoor.
Zahoor, he's a veteran when it comes to bowling in the death overs. That's a missed opportunity. Zahoor Khan will be ruining his chances there. He must have felt that he got that catch almost. Just couldn't get his hands down early and under the ball. Brushed his fingers as the ball was grasped. But he's bowled well. I think he's made a comeback, at least in this over. They've still got 3 more deliveries to go. Rahul Chopra on strike.
Swept away. This is an incredible stroke. What a hit.
Well, that is a remarkable hit from Rahul Chopra. Very unorthodox, but very effective. You don't see that too often, sweeping a fast bowler. But Rahul Chopra, well, he can do anything. Nothing is impossible for him. That's been a sparkling hit from Rahul Chopra. And a very scintillating knock so far. 41 of 25 deliveries.
Yeah, really smart batting. That last shot, he knew that the fielder was in the circle, so always wanted to target and play towards that region, and played it beautifully. That's been hit hard. 1 bounce and another boundary.
Well, that was hit like a gunshot. It did sound as if it was a gunshot from the bat. And the way he's batting, well, let's look at that again. Down on one knee. And the sound that it made was a clear signal that it was going to go all the way for 4 runs. It seems like Rahul Chopra has had gunpowder biryani for dinner.
Well, this is absolutely sensational batting from Rahul Chopra. Now 5 runs shy to be reaching his half century. Last delivery of Zahoor Khan, 45 runs already. Pretty expensive. Short delivery, missed out onto it. And he had just a polite inquiry by the umpire. Oh, he's given it. He's given that as a wide. And now Zahoor wants to have a chat with the umpire.
Yeah, he took his time, Asif Iqbal, and he is well within his right to do that. Now that ball crossed the stumps and Rahul Chopra in a very difficult angle. And personally, I think Rahul Chopra is a bit lucky. 45 on the board for him. Last ball to go of this Zahoor Khan over. Drilled and drilled straight down the ground. This time Mohammad Wasim will cut that off. It will only be a single. So 19 overs done, 172 for 3.
And there you go, the signal from the umpire. It seems like that last shot he played and they ran a couple of runs. One was short. It's going to be interesting to see. We need to have a confirmation. Right then, it's going to be the last over of this innings. And how much can they get from here on? But it's going to be Zawar Farid to bowl the last over of this innings. Well, he's played towards fine legs, going towards the boundary, and a fan code 4 moment.
Yeah, that was a good shot from Rahul Chopra. And he gets to his 50. Another brilliant knock from another talented cricketer. Under pressure, he shines and shines brightly. That is a great way to get to his 50. And a statement put out by Rahul Chopra. 50 of 28 deliveries, 4 sixes, 2 sixes and 6 fours for Rahul Chopra. 50 of just 28 balls. And there is an over rate penalty for the ILT20 Marvels. So they need to keep an additional fielder inside the 30-yard circle. That's well done by Mohammad Wasim. So now, since there's an over rate penalty, only 4 fielders allowed, 5 inside the circle. So you can see there's a square leg, a short fine leg, a short third point, and covers.
Well, last 4 deliveries remaining. So now, certainly they will be targeting somewhere around 190 from here onwards. That's going to be a daunting task. Loud appeal is missed out. His partner is interested. Sent back, shy the stumps. He was not even in the frame.
Rahul Chopra is not interested in a single at all. There were 2 opportunities for it. He said, no, I'm going to face the next delivery. That was in the slot. I think Rahul missed that one. Had he got the connection right, it would have been another boundary to his name. A throw at the non-striking end, and Rohit had given up. A direct hit was needed. Well, a dot ball is what the third ball of the over is. 3 more deliveries to go. Zawar is bowling well under pressure. Now gets an inside edge again, trying to hit it too hard, lost his shape, doesn't get the connection, and they scamper through for a run.
They won't mind the dot deliveries, ILT20 Marvels. Zawar Farid, I think he's done pretty well here. He was introduced very late in this innings, but he's done a phenomenal job for his side. Just 17 runs given. So if you can bowl these last couple of deliveries in the right areas, I think he's done a brilliant job for his team.
Played towards long on for a single. A very good over from Zawar. 1 more ball to go, 180 on the board. A decent total, I would say. It's a par score on this wicket. Now, it will all depend on how the bowlers of ILT20 Thunderbolts respond in the second innings. 1 last delivery left. Rahul Chopra on strike will look to go big against Zawar Farid. Here we go. Mistimed hit yet again. Seems like they both are tired now. The shot's not coming when it was needed the most. A brilliant over from Zawar Farid, the 20th, and all the ILT20 Thunderbolts could muster is 181 in their allotted 20 overs. That while losing only 3 wickets. So a very clinical performance from the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Would have loved to finish at around 185, 190. But now that the writing is on the wall, they've got the runs on the board, they'll look to defend that in the second innings. Meanwhile, the ILT20 Marvels will feel that they've done a decent job of restricting the Thunderbolts. After just taking 3 wickets, they've managed to get them to a total of 181. The ILT20 Marvels will believe that they can chase it total down as well in the second innings. So let's look at that batting card of the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Only 3 wickets lost in the 20 overs. 50 came from the opener, Lukman Faisal, scoring 50 of 43. There were a few failures. Hamdan Tahir out for a duck. Ansh Tandon getting an opportunity, was not able to perform with the bat. But then came the 2 experienced batters, Rais Ahmed scoring 68 and Rahul Chopra scoring 54. The bowling of ILT20 Marvels, 2 wickets for Mohammad Rohit. He was the pick of the bowlers for the ILT20 Marvels, giving away just 26 runs in his 4 overs. Sabir Ali, Sanchit, Nilanj, all were wicketless, while Zaur Khan got a wicket to his name as well. But he was expensive, giving away 47 runs in his 4 overs. Well, ILT20 Thunderbolts will have to thank Rahul Chopra for that brilliant knock, coming down the order, number 4, number 5, and playing that kind of a performance, playing that kind of a show tonight is something that will do a lot of cricket fans proud. Rahul Chopra scoring 54 of 32 deliveries. He hit 6 boundaries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. while he also ensured that they don't lose too many wickets. So that's the news then. Marvels will need 182 runs in the 20 overs when they come out to chase in the second innings. That's a short while from now. Stay tuned.
Welcome back for the second innings is of this very interesting and absorbing encounter that's happening between the Thunderbolts and the ILT20 Marvels. Thunderbolts batting first have scored a respectable total which their captain wanted from them. Somewhere around 180 is what Junaid said. 181 is what they've got after two quick jitters. Great knock coming in from Rais Ahmed. 68 of 48 was due, and Rahul Chopra came in and blasted the bowling away. 54 not out of 32, and with that partnership they took the team to safety somewhat. Maybe we'll have the answers in the second innings. 181 for 3 is what they've scored. Those 51 dot balls, a slight spot of bother. They need to look at that. They ended up playing a lot of dot balls yesterday also. The two openers are out there, two young men with the responsibility to shoulder this answer in the second innings. Aryansh Sharma on your screen right now, and Ahmed Tariq with him. Aryansh taking guard now, so he'll be the man who's going to take strike here. Very talented young man Aryansh is now a part of the UAE setup also. Has been playing for the UAE team. Young lad with a lot of potential. 67 runs, 8 fours, 1 6, 41 his best. That 41, he was going at a runner ball, and when the chance was to actually kick on, that is when he lost his wicket. His partner Ahmed Tariq, another young man, 69 runs, 8 fours, 2 sixes. Another very talented batter. I don't know whether my partner Samir here has seen him play or not, but Ahmed Tariq, he has the potential to do wonderful things in the future.
Yeah, good evening Faizan again, and good evening to everyone who's tuned in. Yeah, certainly seen him bat, Ahmed Tariq. Certainly a lot of capability and potential. We're up against another very experienced campaigner, Hazrat Luqman, to bowl for the Thunderbolts. Aryan Sharma taking strike. Here we go then. The chase is on. Nice and straight. Starts off with a good delivery. Aryan Sharma, Ahmed Tariq, two youngsters being promoted up the order to go and get a good start for the Marvels. Good to see the skipper Mohammad Wasim placing his faith and giving the platform to these youngsters to go and shine and make a name for themselves.
The first ball straight in just a little bit. Nicely played behind the line of the ball. There's a slip in place, mind you. A wideish slip. I'd like it to be a little finer than that. Thick edge. Backward point will come into play. Rahul Chopra, you can't keep that man out of the game for a long time.
It was fantastic, wasn't he? Came in when that wicket of Luqman Fazal fell, and he struck a brilliant partnership with Rais. Really took the game on to the bowlers and played a superb knock to get the Thunderbolts up to 182. And I can tell you, on a good track like this, with the struggles that they had early on, it certainly seems to be a par score.
Nicely bowled again. Perfect. Very good start for Luqman. Normally, when he comes into bowl, he tries it to bowl it a little too fast, a little too into the batter. He knows. He has read the wicket. He's seen what the wicket can do. So he needs to bowl in the right areas. And that is what he's looking to do here.
I must have kept an eye on how Sanchit, Rohit and Sabir went about things for the Marvels. He's understood the assignment. It's on a good length, just on that off-stump channel. Keep troubling the batters on there.
Luqman is another of those bowlers. Oh, nicely bowled. That held its line. And you see the players around him. There's a lot of chatter on the ground against these young stars for the ILT20 Marvels. Luqman is another player who's played at the big stage with the big boys at the DP World ILT20 main tournament in the first season, and was a very important cog. I think was playing for Dubai Capitals there. Don't quote me on this, but if memory serves me right, I think he was playing in red.
Nicely behind it again, and a good line once again. Yeah, lots of experience. He does come with a lot of that, and because of that, he knows exactly what's required on this track. You will find a bit of assistance, and so far he's been pretty accurate with this new ball in hand. Aryan Sharma and Ahmed Tariq up on the order for the Marvels. A good over so far, 1 ball remaining.
This is up in the air. That's the opportunity. Someone is getting underneath and will take it. It's Rahul Chopra. He can do everything.
Well, this is where the youngster's temperament is so important. A few dot deliveries, slightly fuller one on that occasion. Rush of blood, wants to go big. Only slices that one high up in the air. And it's that man once again, Rahul Chopra, taking it reverse cup in yellow colours. How often have we seen that? End of over number 1, it's 1 for 1.
Captain Mohammad Wasim has come out to bat. It's going to be Aryansh on strike. That was the last ball of the over. Another big man, Junaid Siddiqui, coming into bowl here and right on the money. And I think they've read the wicket well. The way Luqman started, everything around that off-stump mark, just back of the length or length. Those are perfect balls. That's how the first wicket went down.
Yeah, I saw the fuller delivery, Ahmed Tariq, and wanted to go big, played across the line. And generally with the moving ball, that's a very difficult shot to play. Rahul Chopra is one of the finest fielders here in the UAE, so don't expect him to put those down. Aryan Sharma now is joined by his captain, Wasim. This is high again. And will that be another catch? Yes, it is. Simranjeet Singh this time holds on to it. And wicket number 2 has fallen very quickly.
Similar dismissals for both these batters. Two young men trying to go after the bowling a little too early in the day, if you ask me. Perfect delivery. It was holding its line and he tried to go over long on. Easy catch in the end for Simranjeet. The kind of start they wanted, they've got it here, Thunderbolts. Aryan Sharma now departs for just 1 or 4 deliveries. It's 1 for 2.
Vishnu Sukumaran in at number 4, fresh off that tour to Namibia. Both these men out there. Wasim, the captain, of course, Vishnu, has been among the runs for UAE in recent times, so he's in good form. Left-hander, Junaid Siddiqui with a wicket and yet to concede a run. Lots of experience, lots of talent. Oh, well has that been bowled in swinger into the left-hander. They didn't know too much about that.
The length was just perfect and that put him on the back foot. And then once it was coming in, he had no idea where the ball was going. Could not even bring his bat down at the last moment.
Yeah, the striker, non-striker, the bowler, all of them national players. This was the wicket that fell off. Aryan Sharma. Well judged catch by Simranjeet Singh.
Sometimes it's very difficult to take these in the night sky. You lose the ball very quickly. Sometimes the floodlights also come into your eye. So very good take. Nicely bowled again. Shortish this time. Well bowled.
For a very long time, Junaid Siddiqui has been the lead bowler for UAE. They've relied on him so much to get those early wickets and trouble batters in the top order. And after all these years, he still has that mojo about him. Really gives it his everything. You find with certain players as they age and they play for a long time, there's a bit of easiness and complacency about that game, but not with Junaid. He gives it his 100% every time he runs into bowl.
Nicely bowled again, right on the money. Giving it the full face of the bat now. That's a better way to play it. Vishnu Sukumaran. Another very good over. Just one run of it. In fact, just a wicket of it rather. Yeah, usually that doesn't happen, right? So just a wicket of it. And they haven't scored a single run yet. You're right. Talking about Junaid Siddiqui, he's been a servant of the UAE cricket for a long, long time. And most importantly, he's been relevant all those years. He's kept himself fit. He's bowling at a similar pace as he used to. And that's a feat. The kind of schedules these players have, that is definitely a feat. End of the over. Maiden wicket for Junaid Siddiqui, the premier bowler from the UAE. 2 overs gone. It's 1 run for 2 wickets. Mohammad Wasim, the captain of ILT20 Marvels, and he has done a marvellous job since the time he's joined the team. He's given them that confidence, instilled that belief that we can go ahead and play in the top 4 and end up winning this tournament. How important it is for a big player to be a part of a young team.
Worked off his pads there. Will get off the mark with the first ball that he's faced. Yeah, look, I think in every team, there is that balance that you require of experience and youth. You cannot rely completely on your youngsters, neither can you field a team full of seniors. You've got to have the exuberance of youth and the wisdom and the decision making of the seniors. That is when you find that recipe for success. That is the recipe that Marvels are trying to put together. Not the best of times right now. Couple of overs, 2 wickets lost, just 2 runs on the board. But the 2 batters that are out there have everything in them to change this situation around very quickly for themselves.
Coming around the wicket this time, Luqman. I've noticed this with Hazrat Luqman. He likes to bowl from around the wicket to left-handers. I am not a huge fan of that angle because it makes it easier for the ball to come in. You can flick it away, you can play it off the pads. And also what it does, because your arm is coming from around the wicket, away from your head, it becomes difficult for the ball to move a little bit from that angle. It has to be a perfect delivery closer from the ear, landing in the right area to move away from the left-hander. I think it's going to be a better ploy to actually bowl over the wicket and going across the body of the left-hander.
Yeah, you're right. I think unless you can jag it away from the left-hander, landing on that 4th stump line, it's actually much more comfortable for the left-hand batter to deal with the right-arm bowler coming around the wicket. Hazrat Luqman, we know, swings it away from the right-hander when he's over the wicket, so naturally he's going to come back into the left-hander. And Vishnu Sukumaran won't have too much trouble unless, of course, it's a vicious swing where it lands and just cuts back in. So far, it hasn't troubled him too much. Too early to tell. He's yet to get off the mark, Vishnu. Nicely behind that. He's guided that pass point. Bit of work for Abdul Ghaffar, big lad. We'll see him in action very soon. Couple of runs to Vishnu. He gets off the mark. And the runs are trickling along for the Marvels.
Yeah, notice that ball once again. Coming in from around the wicket. It was easier for him to tap it through to the backward point region. Had it come from over the wicket, That angle might have taken an edge there and had gone straight to third. Those are the kind of slight margins that you have as a bowler, and you need to think about those things when you're that experienced as Lukman, and that won't happen from over the wicket.
Yeah, I tried to go with a bit of pace there, effort delivery. Not getting the line right on that occasion. I think a lot of bowlers I've noticed in this tournament, and even a couple of other domestic tournaments that we've covered, that the moment a left-hand batter comes in, they almost immediately want to go around the wicket, and that's kind of maybe in the way they've played their cricket from their junior days. They just feel much more comfortable having to come from an angle rather than trying to go across when they come over the wicket. They got
Nice
big on
ball.
him. They'll manage to get a single.
Yeah, beautifully bowled. Back of the length rising. And Wasim is going to ensure that they are taking runs quickly between the wickets. He called for it. He went for it very quickly about it. And the striker responded. So yeah, you're right. I think there was one interview from Wasim Akram, because he was one of those bowlers who used to come around the wicket. A left-handed bowler coming around the wicket to a right-hander. He used to say, I wouldn't do that till I'm not getting anything from the wicket over the wicket. And that is when I'll come around the wicket to change the angle. And that was a defensive approach.
Yeah, that's the kind of shots Wasim generally looks to play. When they come off, they look fantastic. On that occasion, playing and missing. Another good over, just 6 runs off it, but more importantly, he's got the wicket. 3 overs done, 6 for 2. Junaid bowling his second, yet to concede a run. This time it's flicked off the pads, just over fine. Half a chance there. Tough one, but it ends up going to the boundary.
Poor ball down the leg side. It was there to play that shot. But lucky Vishnu Sukumaran, he didn't find the fielder. Timing of the jump, maybe that was a problem there for Hazrat Luqman.
I got to him very quickly. Must have been taken by surprise. Remember, he's just finished his over and taken that position. And obviously, as a bowler, when you've just finished your over, you're thinking about the 6 balls. There's a lot of going through your mind. Junaid Siddiqui, first real bad ball that is bowled in this spell so far.
And also that position at fine leg. When the ball comes to you very, very quickly there. In the blink of an eye. And the angle with which it is coming, sometimes you don't see it coming. So a difficult position. Better difference between the two bowlers there.
And generally, when the batter is hitting it towards fine, he's using the pace of the bowler. And that's why it gets to you much quicker than you're prepared for. But a good comeback from Junaid Siddiqui. He's very good outside that off stump, keeps the batters in check. With a bounce as well on that occasion. Yeah, this should be an interesting battle. These two batters, we know they like to go on about their batting. They're very aggressive naturally. Wasim especially, I'm looking forward to see how he deals with the movement and bounce that the bowlers are finding here. Knowing him and the little bit we've seen him in the last couple of years, he will look to go after them. Edged, past the keeper, no slip, and it'll run away to the boundary.
I just thought about a slip there. And it goes in that same direction. Well, when you're bowling at an angle to a left-hander, you need to have that slip. You have the runs. You need wickets. And you can keep a slip for the first couple of overs for each bowler. Especially when you're 2 wickets down, when they are 2 wickets down rather. And you're looking to extract another wicket here. You need to have the slip in place.
Also, Vishnu is one of those players who likes to drive on the up. So, it does make sense having a slip in position.
There still isn't one. Nicely bowled. Beautifully bowled. They'll take a single, steal a single rather. Wasim is very quick between the wickets.
Well, on the subject of bringing a slip, once the ball has gone past that region, if Hassan, I can tell you, captains absolutely hate changing the field after a boundary, because then people will blame them or label them saying he's following the ball. It's a very delicate situation generally, and captains hate doing that. Wasim is in constant communication with Vishnu. Even the previous ball, we saw him going and having a quick chat with him. I'm sure he has a plan in his mind, and I'm waiting to see how he approaches this chase now. He needs runs, has been short of them recently. A good tournament for him also to find some form.
Yeah, the last domestic tournament he played was a D10, I think, in Ajman. And he scored 2 centuries during the course of the tournament. Beautifully bowled. Well played in the end by Wasim. I think he got some bat on it.
Yeah, not sure what they were appealing for. I think that hit him on the bat and then the thigh pad was quite high. But yeah, it's certainly a struggle here. Bowling is on point, keeping it tight.
And with that ball, you know for sure that's the wicket they want. That is the wicket they are looking for. I think it got some bat on the way, maybe. And even if it didn't, it was too high.
And Junaid, except that boundary that went off the edge, he's been brilliant. That too, not because of bad bowling. Just luck there for Vishnu that he got the edge. Cut away nicely. Fielder gets a hand to it. Chopra again. He's been all over the place in this match. And he continues to make an impact. Another good over. End of 4. It's 17 for 2.
Change in the bowling. Umair Ali Khan coming into bowl here. 3 wickets in the tournament. Brilliant in the last match. 4 overs, 24 runs, picking up 2 wickets. And there was one catch that was dropped. He could have been the player of the match had he taken that wicket as well. But he's another very good bowler who's in form. In the current domestic tournaments that he's played recently, he's been in supreme touch.
And generally, Khans are good at what they do. Faizan Khan. Umair Ali now into the attack. Oh, he's pulled that, hasn't hit it convincingly. Barely past the 30-yard circle and a wobbly effort there. Did get out on time, but for some reason didn't stick into his hands.
I think he got into a very funny position there while he was collecting the ball, and maybe he was looking at the other side when he was trying to get the ball in his hands. Let's take a look at that again. Junaid. Yeah, very awkward position.
He's a big lad. It does take time for him to get down. So you can excuse him for that. Fast bowlers are generally not the best of fielders, but what a good shot this one. Wrong line from Umair Ali Khan. And Vishnu Sukumaran has just helped it along its way. And it's gone all the way for a maximum.
Nicely played. He was composed. He was going at the merit of the ball and then tried to hit it too hard. Well done.
Yeah, first real loose delivery from the bowlers. Umair Khan introduced into the attack to try and keep the pressure on. Unfortunately, he's given it away by conceding that boundary. That should make Vishnu feel a bit better. He's on 19 or 15, so certainly has got a start. But he needs much more than that if they are to chase down this 183.
Outside off. Polite inquiry from the umpire. That wasn't a nick there. I think the bat hit the ground.
Yeah, there was some sound, but the wicketkeeper Aftab there wasn't too convinced. Umair was also just making a half-hearted appeal. One delivery down the leg side, this one wide outside off. So Umair hasn't really found his line nor length yet. Needs to be consistent on this wicket. That's the one thing we've seen from all the bowlers. Oh, picked up and hammered away. Too short on the leg side. This is Vishnu Sukumaran's favourite area. He's not going to miss out.
And with his pace, it's more like a gift. Packed and wrapped beautifully and delivered to him. That's six number 293 in this tournament. Today is the 6th day of the tournament. Just 12 matches into the tournament and 293 sixes already.
Who says it doesn't rain in Dubai? It rains sixers here when we play cricket. Right, they're getting a move on here, Marvels. 27 for 2 in 4.4, so catching up with the run rate. However, they still need 9.8 per over. They're going at about just over 6 runs per over. Umair Ali has been expensive. 10 runs off his first 4 deliveries. Struggling to get his line right. Around the wicket now. Uppishly played. No fielder towards point. And he'll get off strike with that single.
Good over coming in for the Marvels here. They needed that over to actually change things around just a little bit. Getting the momentum back a little bit. This might just be the over where we see gears changing from Mohammad Wasim also. I think they brought in Umair Ali Khan a little too early. Maybe another over from Hazrat Luqman would have helped.
Yeah, good point actually. We've seen faster bowlers bowling 3 overs of their spells early on because of the assistance that this pitch is providing, just like that. Wasim almost forcing himself onto that delivery, which was far outside off. Bit of bounce as well. Should have left that alone because you've got runs in the over. It's 28 for 2 after 5.
Rohit with 9 wickets is the leading wicket taker in the tournament, replacing Uzair Khan, because Rohit picked up 2 wickets in this match and he was brilliant throughout the game. Neelansh Keswani also playing in this match. Couldn't pick up a wicket. 7 wickets to his name. Zishan Asir has been expensive, but he has also picked up wickets. Zohaib Zubair there on number 5. The leggy plays for the UAE. Hasn't been given all that many opportunities, frankly, because Gulf Giants have a lot of bowlers in their ranks. Abdul Ghaffar, another left-arm bowler coming into bowl. We don't have a dearth of left-arm bowlers, be it spinners, be it faster bowlers in the UAE. Ghaffar is one of them who might just make a difference here, or might just bowl a wide.
You've got one in the com box sitting next to you. Starts off with a wide Abdul Ghaffar.
Yeah, your caliber is completely different to all the others. In my eyes, you're sitting very high. So I don't compare anyone with you.
Brought to you by, I can't mention a name, but it's some form of butter in there. Chipped up. Should land safely. Oh, just short of the fielder. For a moment, he thought there was a chance there. Vishnu half-heartedly playing that shot.
Junaid could not get to the ball there. Had it been someone else, maybe would have gotten it, because he was slow off the blocks, frankly. Yeah, a definite diving lesson required for Junaid there.
What's up with Junaid and getting into very awkward positions? Not the first time we've seen in this game. Umair Ali Khan saying, "What are you doing there, mate?" Abdul Ghaffar, I think he just rolled his fingers over that one, slightly slower. That's why Vishnu was early through the shot there.
I'm sure now that you don't know Punjabi, because that is not what he was saying there.
Well, I know a few languages, and Punjabi, unfortunately, is not one of those.
Well bowled, swing and a miss. So Wasim trying to upset the pacers here. Asking them to change their rhythm. But he hasn't connected anything at all. So 5 balls is what he's faced. You won't see that often. Just 1 run of Wasim's bat.
Yeah, this is why I find this phase very interesting lately. If there's one criticism against Wasim is that he struggles when the ball is hooping around and the bowlers are dominating. But how he comes out of it is what's interesting to see.
Some kick off the surface, nicely negotiated in the end by Mohammad Wasim. Yeah, I think knowing Wasim, and we all have seen him play for the longest time. In fact, I was doing my first commentary stint when he hit his first century in T20I against Ireland. And the way he plays, he just goes about his business as usual. It does not matter how the wicket is. It does not matter what the conditions are. He likes to dominate, and I think that is what he's trying to do here also. Yes, the conditions are against him, but if he gets a couple of them from the middle of the bat, it would be a different story altogether.
Looking much leaner and fitter as well. Oh, good bouncer. Very well directed. Abdul Ghaffar is a tall lad and he really bends his back on that one. Sukumaran looked to just ramp that over, but it was quick and straight.
Yeah, he has reduced his pace just a little bit these days, but he certainly gets that bounce that you're talking about, Sameer, because of his height. It's coming from almost 9 feet. He's very, very tall, somewhere around 6'4" or something like that. But I feel like a very short man when I'm standing next to him in the presentation.
Nice and straight again. Abdul Ghaffar is not moving the ball around, but he's certainly been very consistent in line with the stumps, and that's what this wicket demands.
He was, by the way, the player of the match in the last match yesterday when the ILT20 Thunderbolts won that game, which was very, very important for them because they were at the brink of being ousted from the tournament. He scored 38 quick runs and then picked up a wicket and 2 catches. This is high in the night sky. No one can reach it. It's going to reach the boundary though. 4.
Yeah, playing across the line was Vishnu Sukumaran, and probably intentionally, because there is no one down there at mid-wicket. There is a very fine square leg fielder, but that region towards deep mid-wicket, it's quite vacant. Lots of real estate, and Vishnu Sukumaran says, I'll make an investment. 294 boundaries with that one. It's 39 for 2 after 6. That's a signal then from Asif Iqbal. That's the end of the power play. And Marvels are certainly better placed in terms of where they are. 35 for 2. It was a real struggle for the Thunderbolts early on. The ball was moving around from Rohit and Sanchit and Sabir. So in comparison, yes, but the finish is what matters.
It hasn't moved all that much in this innings though. And the way we were seeing the ball, swinging in the air, getting some jag off the surface also. Where Ali Khan continues, expensive first over from him. Swing and a miss again. Wasim hasn't really connected in this innings.
Yeah, he just hasn't looked himself. And you can see that he's really cutting a frustrating figure here. But he also knows the importance of his wicket, so he shouldn't be throwing it away. This team is filled with a few youngsters, so he can't be relying too much on the rest of the batting order. Needs to be out there, find his form, and then play a long innings here.
Getting the toe end of the bat and hitting it down towards long off. Only a single this time. Yeah, some sort of frustration is creeping in. Because Wasim usually smiles under the helmet. You see him, always a broad smile on his face. But there were frown lines on his forehead when he was waiting for that ball to come again.
Yeah, 3 of 8 is very much unlike Wasim. Even Wasi, our scorer there, will be wondering what's going on with Wasim.
We have found the photographer also, by the way.
That's here he is.
There you go. He's checking the photos on his
Come
screen.
find us, mate. We're here in the com box.
Yeah, we need to be friends with him now.
Well, right now, it is not many friendships out there. Umair Ali Khan bowling to Vishnu Sukumar. And all these lads know each other very well. They play a lot of cricket for and against each other. Edged, taken, gone. Umair Ali Khan, in his standard celebration style, picks up the wicket of Vishnu Sukumaran.
Where's the jig, Umair? Where's the jig? There you go. We were waiting for it. So first wicket here for Umair Ali Khan. He was waiting for his partner Lukman to give him that, whatever you call that. But it wasn't a great delivery. It was there in the slot. He wanted to go across the line through towards mid-wicket. He should have gone through to the offside. Well, now whatever you want to say, you can, because Vishnu Sukumaran is gone. 29 of 23 deliveries. It's the third wicket down with just 40 on board.
Zawar Farid in at number 5 for the Marvels, in a bit of trouble here. The only man who did get some runs is now out, Vishnu Sukumaran, and it's going to be Zawar, who once again is being admired for the photograph by Faizan Khan next to me. But he's got a job to do here. And that is to stitch a partnership together with the skipper, who's also struggling to find form.
Nicely bowled. Quick run taken. Wasim is very quick between the wickets.
Yeah, along with that frustration, he's also showing a bit of determination. He wants to be on strike. He wants to face as many as possible. But this is how Vishnu got out. Wide outside off. You could see him, his body weight going towards the leg side, whereas he should have been really cutting that with rage. And that's the standard celebration of Umair Ali. We've gotten accustomed to it now. We're still struggling to find a word to describe it. We'll come up with something very soon.
That would require quite a few beeps though. 37 for 3. Wasim on strike. Nicely bowled again. Another single taken. How long will they wait to unleash here?
Also amazing what a wicket can do to a bowler. Umair was struggling to find his line. Even the wicket that he got wasn't the best of deliveries. But after that, he's bowled 2 good deliveries to Zawar and Wasim. Now in some serious trouble here. Wasim will take strike. Zawar will take strike for the last ball of this over. On the cusp of the 7th over completing. Nicely behind that, and once again a quick single from Wasim. So the running between the wickets has certainly been with a sense of urgency here from the Marvels. It's the end of the 7th over. The score is on 43 for 3.
Zawar Farid on strike. In comes Ghaffar again. Nicely bowled. Back of the length, rising up. Well played in the end. Got behind the line of the ball and knew just wanted to take a single.
Yeah, on a wicket like this, you come back to the basics as a batter. You've got to get your technique right. You cannot be someone who has a deficiency in your footwork and expect to do well on a wicket like this. That's why someone like Lukman Faisal, we know he's a hard hitter of the ball, but he's also got his footwork on point. He was able to survive and get runs out of that. Even Rahul Chopra for that matter. And that is going to be the way for the batters to go in this tournament on this ICC Academy wicket, your technique does come into question.
Wasim has tried that shot at least 5 times and has failed. He knows there was an uppercut there. He knows there were 4 runs at least there. And he missed out on that.
2 times Abdul Ghaffar has bowled a bouncer. And in both occasions, he's directed them very well. Generally, you want to be as close to the body as possible. Get it on the eye line of the batter. And both those, he's done quite well to trouble the batters. Wasim is now extremely frustrated. You can see him talking to himself, being extra focused with every delivery.
Nicely bowled again. On the body, keeping him on the back foot, not letting him free his arms. So that's very good batting, very good bowling rather, coming in from Abdul Ghaffar. And he's been paid those dividends because of his good bowling, going at under run a ball here.
Well, one thing's for sure, the Thunderbolts batters have certainly had a chat with their bowlers and said, listen, we were out there batting at the start of the innings, and this is where you need to bowl if you want to keep the batters quiet. And that's exactly what they're doing, the Thunderbolts bowlers. Oh, pulled away with a lot of might and power, but it's straight into the hands of the fielder down at deep mid-wicket.
I have a feeling, Sameer, something's got to give here. Maybe a couple of big sixes, maybe a wicket. Something's got to give here, especially when it comes to Mohammad Wasim, because he's getting frustrated out there. You won't see him play the way he's playing. 5 runs of 12 balls. When was the last time that you saw those figures for Mohammad Wasim?
Never. I'll be blunt about it. But yeah, thanks to very good bowling from Thunderbolts, I think they've got a plan in place and they're executing it to perfection here. All the fast bowlers so far have been on the money. Again, there you go. In line with the stumps, there's not much a batter can do except drop it and run. And those drop and runs, the Thunderbolts will not mind as long as the boundaries are blocked off. And right now, the boundaries have been given a stop sign.
Required run rate has gone up to 11.2 runs per over. It's a very, very good start from the Thunderbolts. It's not just thunder. They've brought in the lightning with them also.
I don't mind some of that here in Dubai right now. Full and straight. Wasim can only push it towards mid-off and get a single to end another good over from the big Ghaffar. It's 8 overs done. 47 from 3. Umair Ali has picked up the wicket of Vishnu Sukumaran and therefore being given another over. Wasim, finally, he strikes and he strikes big. Again, not off the middle of the bat, but he'll take that. Faizan predicted that something's going to give, and something has given in the form of a maximum.
Well, he's not over. He's just started here. I think this is the over that he's going to target because the run rate was getting out of hand. It was almost 11.5 runs in over before the start of this over. So the first ball 6, he would like to make merry in this over because the pressure is on the bowler now.
Yeah, Umair is not going to go full again, that's for sure. Oh, looking to go leg side to an offside delivery. Only gets an under edge and a good bit of keeping as well.
This didn't bounce all that much because we've seen balls bounce quite a lot from that length. That's the box where our match referee and the umpire sit. So the reserve umpire is sitting right there, Kashif. And with him is Mr. Iftikhar Ali, match referee. This is up in the air. That might be the opportunity they were looking for. There you go. That's a biggie. It's Mohammad Wasim they've picked up. And there goes the dance. They are celebrating already.
Why not dance? They've got the big fish, the one they wanted. Mohammad Wasim was very frustrated. There you go. That's what we like to see from Umair Ali.
Well, that is the celebration between Umair Ali and Luqman. And who the man is who's taken that catch? Luqman Faisal.
Yeah, he wanted to go big. He got that 1-6 already. Wanted to repeat that. Came off the edge straight to third man where Luqman was parked. And Mohammad Wasim's rather laborious innings of 12 off 16 comes to an end. And now the Marvels are in some serious trouble. It's 53 for 4. Aryan Saxena is the new man in, another youngster. And Umair Ali Khan has got his tail up now. 2 wickets and 2 big wickets, mind you. He'll be celebrating in his mind just like he parties after getting that wicket, the big one of Wasim.
Yeah, that was bound to happen because Wasim was looking for runs. And there was the opportunity. There you go. Big jump coming in from Luqman this time around.
Now, we've been thinking of a word for that celebration. We've got to come up with something, Faizan. Come on, you're an RJ. You should do better than that.
That is all the more reason why I'm not coming up with this. Because I know the repercussions. Good bit of fielding from Rahul Chopra there. Saving a certain boundary.
I'll try and do that off air then. Saxena gets off the mark with that single. Now, some serious thinking to do here for the Marvels. How do they go about this? Maybe try and bat out until the 13th, 14th over. Yeah, I think the directors are trying to get it out of us somehow to come up with a word.
Possibly they don't like us all that much. They don't want us here from tomorrow on. But yeah, that's a lovely celebration. That shows you how much these guys love their cricket. Umair Ali Khan, very chirpy. You know, he celebrates everything. He's very happy about life and his cricket. And I love that about him.
Yeah, attitude is everything, isn't it? Even in sport, it does make a big difference in the way you deliver. Right, end of over number 9. Marvels are in a lot of trouble. 54 for 4. Right, Simranjit Singh with a spin now for the first time in this innings. And a brilliant first ball. Look at that. That is some serious appealing. I was probably holding its line and going down the leg side. But a good first ball.
There you go. That jig coming in from Umair. Very, very ordinary to see, but very enjoyable.
I certainly have a nice little relationship there, Luqman and Umair Ali Khan.
Simranjit has been amazing in this tournament. There was one match where he was taken for runs, but apart from that, you know, the first match he gave away just 11 runs, I think. There you go, Umair Ali Khan in your picture. loves his game, enjoys his cricket day in, day out. Well bowled once again. Simranjeet chasing it. Only a single.
Yeah, he's been great, hasn't he? Very accurate with his spin. Also a coach in his day job is Simranjeet Singh. He'll know a lot about the nuances of the game, the nitty-gritties and the tiny details that go into decision-making in the middle. And we've seen throughout that that too is an important part for you as a cricketer. It's not just your skill, but also how you read the game. Gets the edge. And Zawar Farid has been extremely watchful and he has no choice but to be. Cannot afford to lose his wicket here.
The keeper Aftab shouting to everyone, big shot coming. Is it really? We'll have to wait. It isn't. That's tucked around the corner. They're running hard for the first one. They'll get two here. Finally made it.
Yeah, this innings going nowhere for the Marvels. 125 runs away. Just over 10 overs to do that. And only 6 wickets in hand. So things not going right for the men in light blue here.
Before we go away, because this is going to be the last ball that we are going to comment upon. There's going to be a change in the com box. Let's give our broadcast what they wanted. As a single comes in on the last ball. Yeah, we've named it. We're going to call it Clash of the Bottoms.
We have a winner. We hope you're happy, production company. End of the 10th over at the halfway stage. Marvels, well, it is going to be bottom for them if they lose this one. 58 for 4.
There you go. That is what we have named it. Clash of the Bottoms.
Well done, Faizan. Well done. Over to Awais Ali and Shoaib Ahmed, who will start off with a maximum. The spinner comes on, Awais Ali Shah, and is greeted with a huge one from Aryan Saxena. Nice and straight. In fact, it was Zawar Farid who's played that shot. And they're going to need many, many more of those if they are to even come close to chasing this down. To take you through the next few overs, it's going to be Awais Ali taking over.
Well, thank you very much, Samir and Faizan. It has been one-way traffic in this match. What a brilliant bowling performance we've witnessed. And all the fast bowlers, they have performed. Hazrat Luqman giving good start, couple of overs, gave away just the 6 runs. And picked up a quality wicket early on. And then the captain, Junaid Siddiqui, was very expensive in the last encounter. But today, finding his right lanes, pulling the right channels, and was awarded with a wicket as well. And of course, after that, Umair and Abdul Ghaffar also bowling at the right areas. And they're finding themselves in a relatively comfortable position. That is a wayward delivery down the leg. And he's got plenty of bat on this one. That's trickled away towards the boundary. Not the ideal of starts from Awais Shah. Usually he's very consistent, especially with his lines, usually darts onto the stumps, but on this occasion just went on the leg side and all he had to do is get some bat on it. That has gone towards the boundary. So 10 runs already taken in the initial couple of deliveries. Nothing to lose, I would say, for ILT20 Marvels from here onwards. They've already lost 4 top quality batters, and that is a top quality shot for you. That is a magnificent stroke. Awais bowling it a little fuller. Zawar waiting for it, and he had ample of time to play the inside out shot. Yes, pleasing to the eye when this man gets going. And he certainly decided he's going to take down one of their premier spinners. Was bowled pretty decent as of now in this tournament, but not an ideal start though in this one. Already 14 in the first 3 deliveries he's bowled. Now that is a much better delivery. Just adjusting his length slightly bowling it back of the length. And playing it cautiously. Zawar Farid off to a good start. 12 deliveries, 21 is already he's got. And that is the one you need to watch out for, that arm delivery. That is one of the special deliveries he possesses is Awais Shah. So might as well just play on the front foot and avoid going down your crease just like that. Excellent last two deliveries to finish out the over. 11 gone, 72 for 4. Well, those are the fall of wickets. They lost 2 early wickets early on, and then the last wicket falling at 49. The latest victim was the captain, Mohammad Wasim. One of those batters, if he stays in the middle, he can just completely win the games for you single-handedly. That was a big, big wicket going down. Simranjeet to continue. That's aerials up in the air. And another one goes down. Aryan Saxena looked very promising, but then in the end holding out and finding the fielder.
A big blow and early success for Simranjeet. He has been phenomenal with the ball for the Thunderbolts, the ILT Thunderbolts. And this one is another feather in the cap for Simranjeet Singh. Aryan Saxena out for 2. And it's 72 for 5. So the new batter in is Nilanj Keswani. 23 runs for him. A best of 11. Pushed for a single. Simranjeet going after it. And that's the wicket of Aryan Saxena. Simranjeet getting that ball to turn a bit, and a mistimed hit towards long on, and a very good catch by Rahul Chopra.
Nicely bowled and well played by Zawar Farid, usually known for his big hits. Now is being restricted as half the side has gone back to the dugout. And now they need to stitch up a partnership. 108 and 51 deliveries with 5 wickets in hand. Well, what do you make out of this, Shoaib?
Well, it's the ILT20 Thunderbolts who are in the driver's seat at the moment in this game. And ILT20 Marvels will need a marvel to take them to that target of 180 odd runs. They need 107 more. Good spell from Simranjeet.
Yeah, and clearly now we can see that there's a bit of dew forming in. So certainly the dew has now taken a toll on this ground. We're seeing the towels come out. Nicely bowled. Perfect delivery. Perfect length. Just tucked away for a single. And I believe this is a very good captaincy from ILT T20 Thunderbolts. Junaid Siddiqui making the right calls. He ensured that he does not introduce Simranjeet or Awais Ali Shah when Mohammad Wasim was in the middle. And the moment he got out, the next over, Simranjeet was called. And for now, he's doing an excellent job.
Pushed away for another single. A successful over for Simranjeet Singh. A wicket for him in this one. After 12 overs, it's 77 for 5.
It was a pretty expensive first over from Avesha. Very unlike him. 14 runs coming in. An ideal time to be bowling, considering Nilansh Keswani just walked in the middle. Nicely tossed up delivery. So I think it's an opportunity for Avesha. Might as well just give some flight, give some loop, and entice Zawar Farid to play a big shot. It's a matter of time. We'll have to wait till when he holds back.
He doesn't have a lot of time. Always 47 balls left, 104 needed. If they have to win, they have to keep going big, and it's not going to be his night. Zawar Farid has been castled, and Avish Shah strikes. Sound of timber as another wicket falls.
Well, full and straight, and what a sight for this champion spinner. Awais keeping things really simple, just darting onto the stumps and bowling a little quicker on this occasion. And Zawar Farid, well, going across the line, not the ideal shot selection. And in the process, he has lost it with his wicket. And there you go, the celebration says it all. Zawar Farid has to go back after scoring 23, 78 for 6.
So Asif Iqbal on your screens, the umpire. And I think, yeah, there you go. It's the super sub signal. Madhav Nair comes in to bat. He's the additional batter introduced into the playing 11 for the ILT20 Marvels. He's come in place of Mohammad Rohit Bangash, the left-arm fast bowler. Pushed on the back foot straight away. A misfield, and that will allow them to take that single. He's off the mark with that run.
Well, they've been brilliant, the bowlers of ILT20 Thunderbolts. They've kept things simple. They have used the new ball really well, especially Hazrat Luqman started off proceedings, picking up an early wicket. 2 overs, gave away just 6 runs. And that is where the downfall started for ILT20 Marvels. They couldn't really come back at any point of the game. So tightening the screws at the moment are ILT20 Thunderbolts. Mind you, this was a must-win game for them as well. And there you go. That was the last wicket for you. Excellent delivery. Just firing onto the stumps. And Zawar Farid wanted to take him downtown. No other options though. They need a lot of runs, 104 and 44. So had to play those big shots. Nicely bowled once again. Awais is bowling a great over after giving 14 in the very first over. He's given away just a couple of runs after that. So one last delivery.
Two more deliveries to go in the over. Another brilliant over from another spinner in the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Avish Shah. Oh, that seems like there's a bat involved. You couldn't see that sign from Avish. Well, he completes a successful over after 13 overs of the second innings. It's 80 for 6.
Oh, what a tournament is this man having. Simranjeet has been amongst the wicket takers, and once again in the air, opportunity. Rais Ahmed Khan coming underneath and takes a safe catch. And that is the second wicket for Simranjeet.
Well, some celebration from Simranjeet, but I think he's facing the wrong side of the camera. And he'll definitely enjoy that. 2 wickets for him. Nilanj Keswani trying to go big towards the cow corner. That shot was not middled. It was not all that short to play on the back foot. He did go for it, and Rais Ahmed completes the catch. So Nilanj Keswani out. He walks back, dejected. And ILT20 Marvels in a lot of trouble. 80 for 7.
New man walks in, Sanchit Sharma. He had a pretty decent outing with the ball early on in the first innings, and now, well, a lot of work needs to be done now. Almost 15 runs per over, so no time whatsoever for either of the batters to play those dot deliveries. Beautifully ball, excellent stuff. Simranjeet is putting up a show, and that is what he's done throughout this tournament. He's been consistently picking up wickets and is putting his team into commanding positions at times. Tremendous.
They're looking for two, Sanchit. It's been played in the gap. Big boundaries on the onside. And by the time Ronak Panoli can clean that up, they'll take 2 runs. And that's the wicket again of Nilanj Keswani, just rocking on to the back foot and playing it in the air. Rais Ahmed was very watchful, his eyes on the ball, and completes the catch. Umair Ali Khan gives him a hug. And why not? They're in a very comfortable position, the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Oh, big appeal. Again, just missing the stumps, I would reckon. Nicely bowled, quicker and flatter from Simran. Mixing it up.
Yeah, it's a very smart bowler. He's mixing his lines and length both. He's not getting predictable, not bowling in those same trajectories. That is where he brings all his experience into play. Once again, is having a splendid night out in the middle. 2 wickets already swept away fine, going towards fine leg, but there's protection in the deep. So he's bowling according to his feel, is Simranjeet Singh. And that is good to see. Very economical spell as of now, 12 runs only. And haven't really seen much of purchase in this track. So shows how well he scoped up with this wicket.
Last ball of the over. Just played with soft hands, Sanchit. He'll take a single and keep strike for the next one. 6 more overs to go. 85 for 7 is the score.
Well, struggling times here for ILT20 Marvels. 7 wickets down already. None of the batters really applied themselves in the middle. Yes, I do understand they were chasing a high target, but then again, you need to apply yourself and stay on this wicket. It's under the lights. The ball does jag around it. Does move initially, especially with the new ball. And that is where ILT20 Thunderbolts really cast onto the opportunity and picked up those early wickets. And of course, after picking up Mohammad Wasim, well, since then, it has been tough going for ILT20 Marvels. Cut away, well, should have been stopped. And singles is not going to harm ILT20 Thunderbolts one bit. And I think now both the batters will have the privilege and the license to go for those big shots. Nothing to lose from here onwards. 95 in 34. The chances of winning from here onwards look quite bleak. Oh, loud appeal. This is close and given.
Just too defensive from Sanchit Sharma. I think he was just trying to, while some time out there in the middle, trying to middle the ball, trying to be a little cheeky, trying to rotate strike, but that's not his game. Looking to defend the ball. Big gap between bat and pad. Hits him on the inner pad and Asif Iqbal raises the finger. So Sanchit Sharma out for 4 of 6. Another wicket falls for the ILT20 Marvels. It's 87 for 8.
When the new batter walks in, it's Zahoor Khan. We know his skill set and how talented he is with the ball. And now he's come out to bat when his team is in dire state. 8 down already. They're in the danger of being bowled out here, ILT20. And there you go, another one. Disturbs the stump. And there you go. That's the celebration for Avesh Shah. He picks up his third.
You miss, I hit. That seems to be the plan, and it's working fine for the ILT20 Thunderbolts. Another comprehensive win on the cards for the men in yellow. Big swing from Zahoor Khan, misses it completely. And guess what? This net run rate is going to do a world of good if the ILT20 Thunderbolts win this game. Out for a golden duck is Zahoor Khan, walking back with his golden helmet. It's 87 for 9.
Well, this is a very sorry looking scorecard for ILT20 Marvels. A lot was expected from the top order batters, but none of them got going, and all credit needs to be given to the bowlers and of course the captain, Junaid Siddiqui, making the right calls and just kept on the paces initially. And after the departure of Mohammad Wasim, straight away introducing Samranjit and Avesh Shah, who are putting up a show.
They hunt in pairs, these two. It's a very lethal combination. Deadly. And this looks close as well. Big appeal. And the finger goes up. This is it. Wicket number 4 for Avesh Shah. And victory for the ILT20 Thunderbolts.
Well, this is absolutely brilliant from ILT20 Thunderbolts. What a clinical and comprehensive performance. First with the bat, putting up a display. And now look at this delivery. Avesh picking up his 4th. Right on the stumps, at the right channel. Loud appeal by Avesh Shah, and umpire Asif had no hesitations to raise his finger. And that is the end of this innings. ILT20 Thunderbolts have won this game by a huge margin. Sabir Ali not disturbing the scorers. This has been a brilliant all-round performance. First with the batting department, and then the bowling and fielding has been sublime in this game. And this team is a very destructive side, and they have certainly announced themselves in this game. Winning this game by a huge margin, and that too against ILT20 Marvels, who have star-studded players in their lineup, but none of them couldn't really get going. And I think it's just too good of a bowling from these bowlers. Umair Ali Khan came at the right time. And there you go, Thunderbolts winning this game by 94 runs. And as my co-comp partner Shoaib pointed out, this is certainly going to help them and boost the net run rate, which is certainly going to play a huge role in this tournament. We are in the business end, a couple of days away from the semi-finals, and ILT20 Thunderbolts are on cloud 9. There you go, Khurram Khan in the front, the coach. Happy coach. Well, there you go. That is the scorecard for ILT20 Marvels. It was the two openers, Aryan Sharma was out early, and then Ahmed Tariq to follow, scoring not. And Mohammad Wasim, well, this was a huge wicket. He couldn't really get going. The moment he came in, looked a little edgy, looked a little fidgety, and 12 is all he got. And Nomair Khan getting the better from Vishnu Sukumaran, playing a handy knock. And look at those partnerships. Well, none of them couldn't really get going. It was Madhav Nair in the end who showed a little bit of resilience and promise, but then it was a very soy looking partnership. None of them couldn't get going. Sukumaran and Mohammad Wasim. That was a phase when both these batters stayed in the middle, picked up those singles and doubles, but were struggling to hit those big shots. Well, plenty to talk about the bowling department. Hassan Luqman starting off proceedings 2 overs and 8 dot balls in those 2 overs. Brilliant. Picking up a wicket, 6 runs is all he gave. Junaid Siddiqui, the captain, making a great comeback, picking up a wicket in a couple of overs. Umair Khan, tremendous. 3 overs, picking up 2 important wickets and a crucial one of Mohammad Wasim. And then came Simranjeet and Awais Shah, putting up a show, picking up wickets for their team. Well, that is the match summary. And Thunderbolts batting first and put a mammoth total of 181. It was Rais Ahmed, 68, unbeaten alongside Rahul Chopra. A blistering knock of 54. Unbeaten Luqman Faisal being the aggressor in the opening slot, 50. And 43, Rohit picking up 2. Zahoor picking up 1 was a little expensive. In reply, 87 is all they got in 15 overs. Vishnu, Zawad, Mohammad Wasim, all of them struggled. Right then, there you go. These were the moments, the highlights of this game. And it was ILT20 Thunderbolt show. They lost a couple of early wickets, but then this was the first one going down. That was the time when we thought ILT20 Marvels got a grip on this game. This was a brilliant catch. This will go down as one of the best catches in this tournament. And after that, it was Luqman Faisal. He played a magnificent knock, 50, just 43 deliveries with those 3 lusty blows. And then came his partner Rais Ahmed. The moment he stepped in the ground, these two changed the complexion of this game and played in the 4th dimension of this ground. Look at that lusty bro. Luqman Faisal looked very, very dangerous. And Rais Ahmed finally getting some form. He was struggling initially in this tournament, but then he was severe against the medium paces. And these two batters ensured that they make their team reach a respectable target, especially against the spinners. Luqman Faisal, well, one of the most destructive batters. He decided he's going to take down the man of the match of the previous game, Dilansh Keswani. He was taken down for cleaners today. Rais Ahmed just kept on going on his merry way, kept on hitting those rusty blows. There you go, some finesse as well in his batting. Ensured that their team reaches a good target of 181. Well, no, it wasn't his day. Usually he does pick up wickets for his side, but I think it's just too much. Rahul Chopra then coming in and joining the party. Rais Ahmed getting his 50s. Zahoor Khan, well, another off day I would say. Well, unlike Zahoor Khan, couldn't really get his line of length going, and he saw an opportunity and cashing on to it. Did Rais Ahmed and Rahul Chopra, also getting a 50 in just 32 deliveries. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Tremendous looking shots. Some improvisation coming in, sweeping Zahoor Khan. How often do you see that? And he has been absolutely brilliant. These two batters ensured they kept on hitting those big shots, dealing in boundaries and maximum. That was the 50 for Rahul Chopra. Well, in reply, it was Hassan Luqman starting off proceedings and right away in his very first over, picking up a wicket. None of the batters could get going then. Junaid Siddiqui, he had an awful game last time, but now announced himself. He just kept on picking wickets, led his team beautifully. Well, there was some resistance and resilience in between from the batters when Mohammad Wasim stepped in with Vishnu Sukumaran. And this was the phase when there was a partnership being built. Vishnu Kumaran getting out on this delivery and going for the moment. Look at that tremendous Awais Ali Shah. What a champion bowler, wrapping up the innings, picking up quick wickets for his side and just kept things simple, and this was the last wicket. There you go, celebration says it all. Right then, let's head down in the middle where we have Shoaib for the post-match presentation.
Good evening and welcome. It's time for the post-match presentation for the game between the ILT20 Thunderbolts and the ILT20 Marvels. It was a game that was of much importance for both the sides, as a win in this game would help them get into the top 4. And in the end, it was the ILT20 Thunderbolts who got the better of the ILT20 Marvels and winning this game by a huge margin of 94 runs. Now, this is going to do a world of good for the net run rate, which is going to be a very important factor going into the semi-finals. Time for us to, as always, introduce the player of the match. But before that, I'd like to introduce you a special guest with us. We've been joined by our former UAE captain and cricketer Khurram Khan, who's also the coach of the ILT20 Thunderbolts. And the player of the match, well, no surprises there. It goes to Rais Ahmed for his brilliant performance with the bat. 68 of 40 deliveries, 8 boundaries and 4 sixes. Rais Ahmed is the player of the match. Thank you, Khurram. रईस मुबारकबाद आपको ये ड्यू था काफ़ी टाइम से आप स्टार्ट मिल रहे थे आपको लेकिन आज आपने बहुत ही बढ़िया खेला
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का बहुत शुक्र है अल्लाह ताला ने इज़्ज़त दी बिल्कुल ऐसी है ड्यू था मैं खुद भी समझ रहा था ये चीज़ नोट कर रहा था मिसिंग था मैं स्टार्ट एक अच्छा प्रोवाइड कर रहा था अपनी टीम को लेकिन फिनिश नहीं कर पा रहा था लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से सपोर्ट थी उनका बिलीव था मुझे खुद पे भी था तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रिजल्ट मिल गया
आज क्या अलग किया आपने कंपेयर टू प्रीवियस मैचेस क्या आपने सोच के आए थे कुछ अलग करना है
बिल्कुल कोच की तरफ से भी यही प्लान था कि आप जितना विकेट पे स्टे करोगे पॉजिटिव रहोगे अपने शॉट्स अप्लाई करोगे तो इंशाल्लाह रिजल्ट मिलेगा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वही किया है
कितने खुश हैं आप इस परफॉर्मेंस से खास करके ऐसे टूर्नामेंट में आके परफॉर्म करना
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ऑब्वियस ही बात है एज ए प्लेयर आप बड़े टूर्नामेंट में आप परफॉर्म करते हो तो ऑब्वियस ही बात है एक अचीवमेंट होती है
टीम के लिए बताइए कैसा माहौल है टीम में
माहौल अच्छा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आप बाहर से बल्कि ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से आप जानते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अच्छा है सब लड़के सपोर्टिव है एक दूसरे को बैक करते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
बहुत अच्छा लगा आपकी बैटिंग को देख के इसी तरह खेलते रहिए ऑल द बेस्ट
इंशाल्लाह थैंक यू सो मच सर
दैट्स द प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच Rais Ahmed for his brilliant knock 68 runs of 40 deliveries well that's it from the post match presentation here it's time for us to head back to the combox
Thank you very much, Shoaib. A confident-looking man in the middle, Rais Ahmed, getting runs at the important phase of this tournament. Right then, that's the match summary for you. Thunderbolts batting first, playing out their allotted 20 overs, 181 for 3. Rais Ahmed and Rahul Chopra. Brilliant performance. 154 unbeaten for Rahul. Usman Faisal also aggressive in the top 50. Another 50 onto his name. Mohammad Rohit, well, once again brilliant. 26 2 wickets. Rahul Khan also picking up the wickets. Right then, so that is the game which is going to be played here tomorrow. It is match number 13. It's only one game tomorrow and that's going to be played between Desert Vipers development team taking on ILT20 Pearls, and that is expected to be a cracker of a contest. It's going to be 7 p.m. local time here in Dubai. Well, hope you enjoyed, and that's all from the Combox. We're going to see you tomorrow once again. Till then, God bless. Goodbye.
honne re halla
Right then, there you go. These were the moments, the highlights of this game. And it was ILT20 Thunderbolt show. They lost a couple of early wickets, but then this was the first one going down. That was the time when we thought ILT20 Marvels got a grip on this game. This was a brilliant catch. This will go down as one of the best catches in this tournament. And after that, it was Lukman Faisal. He played a magnificent knock, 50, just 43 deliveries with those 3 lusty blows. And came his partner Rais Ahmed. The moment he stepped in the ground, these two changed the complexion of this game and played in the 4th dimension of this ground. Look at that lusty bro. Lukman Faisal looked very, very dangerous. And Rais Ahmed finally getting some form. He was struggling initially in this tournament, but then he was severe against the medium paces. And these two batters ensured that they make their team reach a respectable target, especially against the spinners. Lukman Faisal, well, one of the most destructive batters. He decided he's going to take down the man of the match of the previous game, Dilansh Keswani. He was taken down for cleaners today. Rais Ahmed just kept on going on his merry way, kept on hitting those rusty blows. There you go, some finesse as well in his batting. Ensured that their team reaches a good target of 181. Well, no, it wasn't his day. Usually he does pick up wickets for his side, but I think it's just too much. Rahul Chopra then coming in and joining the party. Rais Ahmed getting his 50s. Zahur Khan, well, another off day I would say. Very unlike Zahur Khan. Couldn't really get his line or length going. And he saw an opportunity and cashing on to it. Did Rais Ahmed and Rahul Chopra also getting a 50 and just 32 deliveries. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Tremendous looking shots. Some improvisation coming in, sweeping Zahur Khan. How often do you see that? And he has been absolutely brilliant. These two batters ensured they kept on hitting those big shots, dealing in boundaries and maximum. That was the 50 for Rahul Chopra. Well, in reply, it was Hasad Lukman starting off proceedings and right away in his very first over, picking up a wicket. None of the batters could get going then. Junaid Siddiqui, he had an awful game last time, but now announced himself. He just kept on picking wickets, led his team beautifully. Well, there was some resistance and resilience in between from the batters when Mohammad Wasim stepped in with Vishnu Sukumaran, and this was the phase when there was a partnership being built. Vishnu Kumaran getting out on this delivery, and then this was the moment. Look at that, tremendous Awais Ali Shah. What a champion bowler, wrapping up the innings, picking up quick wickets for his side, and just kept things simple. And this was the last wicket. There you go, celebration says it all. Right then, let's head down in the middle where we have Shoaib for the post-match presentation.
Good evening and welcome. It's time for the post-match presentation for the game between the ILT20 Thunderbolts and the ILT20 Marvels.
Development. We're going to give you the highlights of this second innings, which was absolutely brilliant to watch. In fact, we're going to give you the whole match highlights, starting from the Capitals innings. What a good knock both those openers played.
मैं समझ गया
Mayank,
मैं यहाँ से भी
they were
कम
very
कर
harsh
हाँ
on
भाई
everything bowled up to them.
इरफान
Made use of those lengths perfectly and got to a total of 182 when the first wicket fell. Record opening partnership at the DP World ILT20. I don't remember the records for the season 1. I was a part of it though. But I can easily tell you this, that this might just be the best opening partnership ever that we have seen at the DP World ILT20 Development Tournament. This is the season 2 of the tournament. What a knock from both of them. Runs all around the ground. Half chance for Mayank, and after that, he just broke the back of the bowling unit. Played all around the park. At one point, he was far behind Zuhair.
Minus I
Zuhair
think
was on
Mikey
74 when
Dikia,
Mayank
minus
crossed his 50.
Dikia,
And then
the
Mayank
last
overtook
over.
him and reached his 91 very quickly in no time whatsoever. This was Mayank's 50, and then Zuhair kept on going, Mayank kept on going, there was no stopping them. It was just a streak of luck that Mayank lost his wicket. That was 50 for Mayank, and that is how he lost his wicket. Hosema was not very happy about it because he's made them pay. Zuhair continued from the other end, some lucky runs coming in from Farooq also. And unfortunately, Zuhair couldn't get strike for the last over to get to 100. He raised his bat, and why not? Because he did really well. Vipers came out in a fantastic fashion to reply. There were 3 very good overs up front from the capital bowlers. They were at 16 without loss in the first 3 overs, and then Tanish Suri changed gears. Taimur Ali took his time on the wicket, and as we were talking about it in the com box, this is a wicket where you need to spend some time and then you can get your runs and get value for your shots. Tanish Suri played some brilliant knocks, brilliant shots all around the park, straight down the ground, everywhere. He was amazing. And they were going at a very good pace. They were going at around 11.5 runs per over. At one point, the required run rate was lesser compared to the current run rate. Tanish reached his 50. Soon after, a drop chance, he gave it away. Threw his wicket away just when the doctor ordered for the Capitals. Taimur continued, and he picked up the pace from there. Hit some great shots all throughout the park, but one shot too many from him. This one, good take from Nasir Faraz, and that is when it was just gonna be wickets. Basil hit that one out of the park, and then Junaid Shamsu. That was the over that changed the game around. 3 wickets in that over in a span of 4 deliveries. Brilliant work from Akif Raja. That was the third one. Shehzad came in, and his stay at the crease was very, very short. Just one ball. Heather came in, he picked up 2 wickets also. In a span of 8 deliveries, 5 wickets came in with just 3 runs. That is how the middle order crumbled under pressure. It wasn't their fault, frankly, because someone was required from the top order to be there till the 20th. Farhan Khan finished things off really well. In the end, they were all out without playing their full quota of 20 overs. Well, it's time now for the presentation, and Shoaib Ahmed is down there for the Player of the Match ceremony. Let's take you to the sidelines.
Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation for the game between Dubai Capitals Development, who were taking on the Desert Vipers development team. Brilliant performance all throughout from the men in red, ensuring that they got to a total of 218 runs in the first innings, and in the later part of the second innings, their bowlers came up to the fore, ensuring that they get that win and win by a big margin of 27 runs. Now, this is definitely going to help the Dubai Capitals Development team in their net run rate going into the important fixtures. Time for us to announce the player of the match, but before that, I'd like to introduce a special guest tonight. We've got Ahmed Raza, the coach, the head coach of the Dubai Capitals Development team with us. He's got the player of the match memento in his hand, and this goes to the stylish left-handed batter who scored runs for fun and has been brilliant in that first innings. Extraordinary score of 98 runs of just 58 balls, 4 fours and 9 huge sixes.